The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the pan. That dude Fizz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot the death, oh yes, these other sports podcasts live as a pro's corpse. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyze it with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the boys ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season and people starting five. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. Get it, we got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. Get it, we got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat spit. I got what you need.
And of course, the hiccups come back, but only because I'm using the MacBook. Because my damn kids can't fucking find whatever. Y'all know what it is. What up, everybody? It's your boy, the mayor. That DJ named Age 5. We back, newest episode of the Star 5 podcast. As always, hit the box next to Tyrone's head. 20% off your order using the code STAR5. What up, Tyrone?
What's up? I had a good week, and Yankees didn't. But yeah, I'm here. I'm ready to go.
Whatever, nigga. But anyway, what up, O?
What's good, fellas? Yo, it's great to be back. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy my little hiatus, my little vacation and shit. But I'm back, ready to go, re-energized. You know, got a good motherland air in my lungs. So I'm ready. I'm ready.
We're gonna bring that back in a second, just like we're gonna go right to Senior LA, who I'm sure they made you throw the Yankee hat to the side, unfortunately.
It's basketball season. I don't even know what you're talking about. What's good, y'all? Back from the West Coast. Saw my daughter out there. Had a real great time. Got a personal tour of the back lots of Universal Studios. Shit was wild. It was dope, real dope. Got to see that shit up close and personal. Yes, I went to a Yankees bar in LA, and it was all good until Freddie Freeman just started the downtrend of murdering the Yankees from that point on, the Grand Slam. And then he was just on ahead for the rest of the series. Salute to them. We didn't show up. Soto didn't show up. Judge really didn't show up. Stanton still did his thing when he could. It is what it is. The Knicks are 3-2, and that's all I care about right now.
Word. That was all the Yankee talk we needed because, yeah, we took that hard L. But, the motherland. First question for you, though, is what did you enjoy the motherland more or did you enjoy Instagram more? Because, motherfucker, we was joking on you last episode if you didn't listen and or watch. And I was just like, yo, I don't know if this nigga's having fun because the fucking Instagram was you were on your normal, but it just seems like it was like times 2 or 3.
You know what it is, man. You know what it is? The time difference. So, like, we're 4 hours ahead. So when I'm trying to go to sleep or whatever, I'll just be on IG just sharing. But I really enjoyed myself out there, man. It's so damn peaceful out there. Eating fruits off the land, you know, and be honest with you, when it came to pictures, man, I just wanted to share that feeling, that vibe with everybody. So yeah, I shared a lot of pictures. You know.
No. You didn't. You were doing your normal Instagram thing of sharing everything you were watching on Instagram.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what
well yeah, that
that's
too.
what I'm talking about. That's what made me feel like yo, I don't know if he's having fun out there. Because
Nah, definitely,
our
definitely having
Instagram
fun,
group
man.
chat was on fucking fire. Am I lying, TJ?
Bro, I thought he was back. That's how he dropped like 9 joints in a row. I was like, oh shit, new old mixtape out because he's got the memes on fire. This motherfucker's back.
Hey man,
Then I thought it was like a sign of help.
shout out to that fire Wi-Fi we had over there too. You know,
Facts,
I was able to
because
do that.
then I thought it was a sign for help, like they weren't going to let him back in the country. He was just shooting off memes. Maybe somebody would ask him, "Are you able to come back and shit?" You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Blink twice if you
speaking
ain't.
speaking of that, I'm gonna tell you, go there. If you going to Ghana, if you ever plan on going to Ghana, West Africa, whatever the case is, make sure you get your yellow fever done before you get there. Because what happened to me, I got there at the airport and I didn't have my yellow fever card, my immunization card or whatever. And a young lady pulled me to the side, was like, oh, in order to get your yellow fever card, you're gonna have to pay this X amount of money, da 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 da. Go, the ATM machine is right there. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Oh, hustle time.
Yo, I was like, all right, cool. So I came back with the money. I was trying to go in the office, right? So she comes out. I was like, no, don't go in the office. Let's talk over here.
Nah.
Yo, right when she said that, I was like, oh, she got me. I was like, oh, she got me. Okay.
You from New York? You should have seen that coming, dog.
How did I see that coming, man? How did I not see that coming?
So it's not just the Nigerian lotto scam. It's the Ghanaian yellow fever scam.
The Ghanaian yellow fever scam, man. Yo, he got
Mute it, J. Rue. You're playing yourself right now, please. Thank you.
Yo, I swear you, I heard Khaled over my shoulder.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
But it's all good though.
But
man.
I mean,
Great trip, man.
Well, I would say, but the country overall, though, like, how just how what was it like? Like how it was American stereotypical African, or was it like almost kind of like being in like Queens or Brooklyn?
I'm gonna tell you where my parents are. We are about 30-40 minutes away from Accra, from the capital. And I spend most of my time, in my parents' village in Aburi. Beautiful. We up in the mountains. You breathing in that fresh air. Ghana. I mean, Accra. It's more hustle and bustle. It reminds you of New York. You know what I'm saying? It reminds you of New York, man. And that's all I can say.
Did you eat anything weird? Like you had any hyena patties or anything like that? You know what I'm saying? Any zebra steaks?
Nah,
no rhinoceros soup. You know what I'm saying? Like none of that.
Nah, none of that, man. None of that, man. It's I put it to you like this, man. It is a trip. It's a 10-hour flight, but it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it, man. You would enjoy it.
Right when you left, right when you just dipped for a second, Tyrone, TJ really asked, "Oh, did he eat any hyena patties or zebra steaks?"
Yo, I don't know what happened. StreamYard just said this site is having a problem, and it just wiped me completely out the joint.
All right, sorry. Yeah. Well,
Yo,
again,
listen, man. I've been on this earth now for 50 years. Me and TJ is 2 50-year-olds in the group right now, and yeah, man. African booty scratcher jokes I've heard since I was about 5. So.
I'm saying at least get you a little
now.
poached ostrich. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like some fried ostrich egg or something, dogs. Like
I'm sorry to disappoint, man. I didn't see any of that, man.
No fried piranha sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
There was a lot of cow, a lot of fish.
So every meal you ate, you knew what the meat was. Like when they
Yes.
said it down on the plate, it was like this is beef, this is steak, this is burger.
Yes. Well,
You sure?
and you ask why? Because I ate a lot of food at the house. I did not eat any street food, man.
Well
I
played,
did
sir.
not touch the street
Well
food.
played, sir.
Now
They
your
had
parents.
plantain. They had roast plantain. I'm like, okay, yeah, because they do it right on the premises. So yeah. But yeah, nah. I don't touch the street food, man. I don't touch street food here, so I'm definitely not eating it over there.
Your parents are like they say there.
Say again.
I say your parents. I said, are they out here or do they stay over there and just keep the property there?
9 months over there, 3 months over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was the weather like? Was it summertime or like does it stay hot?
It was extended rainy season. So by the time I got there, rainy season should have been over, but we were still going through it. You know, and so you're talking about anywhere between 65 to 80 degrees. It didn't get any hotter than 80 degrees where we were at.
Oh, that's dope. That's really nice.
And
it's very comfortable.
It's a crisp 65, 70 degrees over there.
At night? Or does it drop down to
during the day?
During the day. Okay.
Yeah, because we're up in the mountains.
So you got a little hoodie weather up there, basically.
Yeah, man. I love it. I loved it up there.
Nice, man. Nice. Yeah. We was going for 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks, yeah.
Nice, man. All you had to do is pay for airfare.
That's it.
It's gotta be nice.
And shout out to Air Italia, man. I will never fly with y'all again. You know,
what happened?
What other airlines? I mean, maybe I don't fly enough, but what other airlines do you know that would have 2 flights going back to New York? One at gate 4, the other one at gate 24. One leaving at 1:30, other one leaving at 1:35. Who does that? So of course my dumbass is at the wrong gate. Oh damn, they missed my flight. And English is not the first language, so it's now a language barrier. Nah, it wasn't fun.
Air Italia, I think they would speak Italian to you first, right?
Yeah.
I'm just surprised you made it, man. A black man running through the airport in Africa don't sound like a good thing.
That sounds common. I mean, he's in Africa.
Right.
If it was in Newark, you know what I'm saying, you'd be looking for the cops.
At least that was amongst my peoples.
I saw you in your dapper African dance too. I was like, okay, look real nice when you had on your little like your vintage little I don't know what them shirts is called. We call them African shirts. I know they ain't what they is, but
dashikis. It wasn't a dashiki though.
He was in the little African.
I don't know if you call it dashiki. Yeah, but it was I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was looking
and,
nice.
And it was handmade. You know what I'm saying? So
dope.
Yeah, man.
Dope.
Did your parents keep your bedroom the way it was you were a kid?
Nah, man, that house, my pops built from scratch.
Shit.
Yeah, about 20 years ago. So
let's get to the real question. What's up with the shorties out there, dogs? Come on.
Again, I was on the countryside, so I wasn't, and
ain't much to write home
I don't
about.
I don't want to say it's a poor. I don't want to use the word poor, but. Right.
It's a big farming area, like little agricultural.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Me personally, I wasn't looking at, none
Nothing.
of them. Now, if I go down to the capital, that'd be different.
Right. Okay.
But, yeah.
No, but forget about the shorties there. He getting the shorties here. Saw him in this African shit. He can go over there and say, "Yeah, I was visiting my father, the king." You know what I'm saying? He said he was on some Prince shit when he came back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a humble guy, man. I'm a humble guy. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of humble, the money situation, how was it like conversion wise? Like
16-1.
Ooh.
Yeah. So your money goes a little way.
That's heavy.
Now when it comes to imported shit, they try to mark it up. You know, so you'll probably like over there if you want a TV that will go for like $400 here, you're gonna be paying double over there, damn near. You know, so
Makes sense. It
yeah,
makes sense. They got to make the money back somehow.
yeah.
Them zebra steaks ain't popping. That's why.
It is, man. They ain't sell. They ain't selling like. They're not selling like you think like y'all think they would, man.
It's crazy.
Man, I had a little giraffe bacon and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Giraffe bacon.
I need
I'm
to
gonna
know
tell you.
what
I'm
part
gonna
of
tell you
the
though, yo,
giraffe.
the hotels over there though, is nice. It's nice.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you guys find you a nice hotel, man.
Accra is like a tourist city, right? I mean, it's built for
Yes.
international, heavy international traffic. I would assume, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but when he said hotel, I just thought of Hotel Rwanda, and I got
Nah, bro, come on. They got Sheratons and Hilton there, dog.
I thought he was about to say. Hey, when he said hotels over there, I thought he was about to say some crazy shit.
No. It's no violence. There's no real violence over there. If anything, robberies. There's a lot of robberies. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not up on your security, security in your at your home, your house or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, word. They do a lot of
A dude
break-ins
will
like
jump
that.
the fence. Say again.
They do a lot of break-ins like that.
A
or is
lot.
it...
Yeah. That you'll get.
Okay.
You better have your fence electrified. You better have dogs in the yard.
Word like that.
You better have because they will. If it's nice like that, yeah, that will happen.
Do people have security or no? It's just they.
It's just it's a way of life over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All
every house is electrified fence.
That's no joke. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they will scale that bitch.
Taking notes.
Sounds interesting. Means the kids have like a moat between the fence and the thing, so they don't run into the fence.
Nah, well, yeah. If you try to jump that shit, you touch that shit, yeah. You talk about bacon, yeah.
Like little golden shotguns. He said, "You gonna get fried."
Yeah, word. You talking about some fried bacon, yeah.
Yeah.
But nah, man. Other than that, man, I mean, that's what I think that's anywhere when you have a close proximity of well-to-do and not so well-to-do. That's what's just gonna happen.
Yeah. I get that.
I said that sound like some DR shit because like I remember somebody telling me about how like if y'all ever been, I only been once, but like we was on a resort and they keep you with the wristbands so they know that you're staying there. But like one time this guy I played football with, he was just like, yo, some motherfuckers like scaled the wall. I don't know how they did it and robbed our hotel room type shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing like when I was in Honduras, I was living on a military base, and because we was military, we was actually allowed to go out into the city and stuff because we was military, so they didn't really fuck with us too much. But on the Honduran side of the base, where their military was, you couldn't even, they told us we can't even go jogging out there, don't walk out there at nighttime because they said their military is not trained. And they said the people on their side of the military base will climb the fences and stuff, and they were so wild over there on that side. So they would shoot at anything moving over there. So you would find dead animals over there all the time. Like them they weren't trained to know if people was there or not. So they just shot.
They just shoot first, ask questions later type shit.
Yep. So they told us, don't go on that side of the base. Don't go on the Honduran side of the base at nighttime because if you can't readily identify yourself, you're gonna get popped. It was just
all I heard right there was Mad Lion shoot to kill every day. Shoot to kill some boy. Gun without a limit.
It was. They said if them bushes ruffled, shots was going off.
Wow.
You talk about scared. Shit. But I understand.
You know what? That was the perfect security though. Nobody's gonna fuck with over there because as soon as you made a sound, you getting popped. Like that's it. You know what I'm saying? No questions asked.
Word. But the electrified fence though is it's interesting. It's interesting.
It's funny. Last time I was there, it was a lot of just what they will do is just break bottles, have broken bottles, and just glue it to the ridge of the roof. You know, the wherever the gate is, because it'd be a concrete cement gate.
Oh, so even if they scaled it, they would step on glass when they come over.
Right,
And get
right.
That
cut.
shit is diabolical, dog.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
vicious, motherfucker.
That's some diabolical shit right
Yeah.
there. Yo.
Well, you put it on the top of the
That's
wall.
how they used to do it.
Well, you put it on the top of the wall, so when they jump up and grab it,
Yeah.
glass all in their palms and shit.
Yeah.
Want to play a game? That's crazy.
Come over here.
It makes you appreciate the shit that we have here in a way. You know what I'm saying? Which is voting season, y'all. We are at risk of, some would say, losing some of that. Some would say losing the opportunity of the process that many who, unlike myself, like I made sure my wife and I, it was like 9:30 in the morning, like, yo, let's go get this shit over with. We was in and out in less than 5 minutes. There was nobody there online at the time. And that was a great thing because it was literally in and out. And damn near 90% of the freaking workers, yo, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Every step you took, thank you for coming. Leave it. Thank you for voting. Thank you for voting. Like, all right, cool. You could get your sticker. Nah, I don't need the stickers. I should have got it because the kids wanted them or whatever, but I didn't get no damn sticker. Even though actually no. Every borough got a sticker, and I should have got the Staten Island one, but whatever. But man, I did it today.
Yeah, I was gonna say my joint took less than 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It took longer to park than to actually do the voting process, but it was cool. That early shit is the way to go. I think a lot of people might have been on the early shit. I don't know what it's gonna be like on Tuesday. I know there's still hard for a lot of people, you know, in other areas to access, you know, their areas to vote. But I was like, I made my mind up early in the week. I was like, if I could vote early by my crib, I'm doing it. I'm not even fucking around. And they even opened today, like Dan said, till 9 to 5. So there's no excuse if you can't make it. You know what I'm saying? You should definitely just get out there, get it over. Don't matter. I don't give a shit who you vote for. Just get out there and do your thing because it just saves you a lot of headache. Tuesday,
I give a shit. I give a shit about who you vote for because this motherfucker here, like, if he hasn't been showing his true colors recently, like I don't know what showing your true colors is.
I woke up this morning to Joanne Reed on IG, showing that clip of 45 doing the hand job to the microphone stand. And I'm like, yo, this dude is, if he's not off his damn rocker, you know, again, I've said this before, I'm not telling you who to vote for, but if you tell me that you support this dude, I have to question our relationship, our friendship, because his morals and values is just nothing that I'm familiar with at all.
The thing is, his people don't care.
Yeah,
that is it. They don't care what he says, how he says it. He talked about lining Liz Cheney up in front of 9 people on a firing squad and taking shots, bro. I mean, they don't care.
I get that. I'm not talking about his base. I'm talking about people in my circle that I grew up with, or that, you know, I've had relationships with these past 15-20 years.
You know what though? I don't think they care either.
But
unless because they only care. Here's how I see it: unless it affects them directly, like somebody, if they're in their family or somebody close to them was talking reckless like that, they might have said something. But this dude gets the ultimate hall pass to say and do what he wants, how he wants to, whoever he wants. Nobody in their right mind be like, yo, I'm gonna let this dude in and come take over your business. Was he a successful business? Nah, man, he's failed 9,000 times. He's been bankrupt, all that shit. But I'm gonna have him come in the building. No, I don't want him here. No, these people don't care, bro.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what the trigger is, what the flip of the switch is. I don't get it myself, but y'all go ahead.
But to your point, TJ, we have discussions at the union, right? And they always tell us they can't tell us who to vote for, but they tell us who to back, right? And they give us all these reasons. And so when they were telling us, hey, we're going to back Harris, and they were like, we're going to back Harris because Trump is trying to do the right to work thing, which fucks up the unions. Trump is trying to do this, which fucks up, our money and overtime and all this stuff. And they were talking about all these financial things on how Trump fucks us up, and they were talking about all of these, the right to work and all that stuff. And I was just like, just based on the morals, I know that stuff fucks up my money and fucks with my economy and my livelihood, but it's just like, just morals alone. It's like, no, dude, ain't it? But they don't care about that because they care about their bottom line, what affects them. So it was like, if Trump wasn't going to do right to work and all of these things that the union was against, they might have had us backing this guy. I don't know, because they don't care. They did not mention anything about like his moral structure, how he is as a person, his standards, or nothing. All they were talking about was all the things that were going to affect like the union money and union contracts and shit like that. And that's the only reason in the basis they gave us for supporting Harris.
And they do shit like that. Like, as again, I'm a union guy too, but I don't pay attention to what they say when it comes to the political season, because them and their backing is just them sending some of our union funds to those political parties to say, hey, remember, we paid you. You got to make sure you look out for us, because y'all know where I work, and too many people. Well, again, we're all union, except for once you get a star on your shirt, you're no longer union. Once you come to the chief ranks of sanitation, you're no longer union. But everybody else is union, whether it's 444 or 831. 831 is the sanitation workers one. They can say that, and both, I believe, are both Teamsters. So whatever they want to say, whatever the heads of those unions want to say, you can say what you want to say. We know that the money is just going to these campaigns to say, hey, remember, we gave you something, now do something for us. But meanwhile, you can tell every constituent in the union whatever you want. They're still going to go out there and pick who they want, because not everybody is dumb enough to just not think for themselves and then just go off of, except for these MAGA people. These MAGA people are the dumb ones that really are. They act like they're thinking for themselves, but they don't realize they are in a CULT. They don't see it. They don't see it. I was getting text messages from somebody the other day, which was funny enough. It was my first day back in Manhattan, working back in Manhattan. And I haven't heard from this guy in a minute. And he is just on some, I could read the whole thing, but I'm not going to do that. But he just hit me up out of the blue, like, yo, election day is coming. Like, I hope, I ain't going to love you no less if you don't vote for Trump. It would be dope to see you vote for Trump. And I'm like, there ain't no fucking way possible. Actually, I can give y'all my response exactly to what I was saying to some of his shit. Let me find this shit real quick. Yeah, he said, hey, my man, what it look like? Nah, he didn't say that. But he said early voting is still going on. Not too late for your Trump vote. Love you even if you choose not to vote for him, but we still support and lift you up. I figured you appreciate that from me. And I just text him, asshole. But we just started talking about work. And what did I say? I'll fast forward to not give everything. I was like, I can't vote for a bigot puppet. There's way more I can say, but I'm driving right now. It's like his only interest is self-interest, and people are too blind to see it. And he said, I just fast forwarded through his thing. He said, but anyway, I was just looking to break balls. Hope all is well in your world. But drive safe, and I must be blind as a bat. Yeah, you are.
You know what?
Yeah, you are blind as a bat. To everything right in your fucking face, you are blind as a bat. because this guy, number one, if I don't understand that. I'm gonna say number one, and that's it. I don't understand all the blatant shit that he says, does all that right in your faces. But America, the man openly said, come vote for me, and I'll make sure you'll never have to do this again. What the fuck does that mean to you, people? When he idolizes Kim Jong-un, when he idolizes Putin, when he idolizes all of these dictators, not from brown countries, by the way, if you noticed, what the fuck do you think this man is trying to do?
It's just one word. It's called cognitive dissonance, where they know it's wrong, they know the facts, and they still believe what they want to believe. It's like telling your child the flame is hot, sticking your hand in the flame, and then you're like, "Ah, shit, it's hot. I know it's hot, but I want to go keep the flame going." It's just.
Hey, on the other side of it, though, just for me to be on the other side of it a little bit, it's also part of it is the thing where if that's your man's, and it don't matter. Because I remember when Obama was running, and I had a lot of people in my mom's neighborhood, black neighborhood I grew up in, saying, "Oh, we going out to vote, we voting for Obama." They was registering to vote, and these are people that I've never heard ever talk about voting in their life. So they wasn't down with what was affecting the country. They wasn't down with any of the issues or the politics or anything. They just saw a black man running for president, and it was like, "Oh, it's a black dude. We gonna run for. We gonna go vote for this black man, no matter what." So in the same sense, Obama could have said anything and did anything he wanted to, and them people from my mom's neighborhood was gonna go vote for him. Now he wasn't fucked up like Trump. He didn't do that, but
I was about to say.
I know I'm not comparing Obama to Trump, but I'm saying like sometimes the mentality is, "Hey, that's my man's in them. I'm gonna go vote for him," and they don't even do research. They don't care. So a lot of these people might just be one of those supporters that's like, I don't even watch. So many people don't even know half the shit Trump done said. They just got in their head that's their man, and that's what they're gonna vote for.
Look, if January 6th hasn't changed your mind, nothing will. Nothing will. That's the bottom line, period. That's a stain on his record he can't erase. You can't talk around it. You can't talk your way out of it. You can't do nothing. People died in the Capitol protecting the Constitution of the United States. All right? The fair right of due process. This dude straight up lied. He had his own judges say there was no corruption. There was no cheating. It was all a lie. And these people did not give one fuck. Zero. So if you're not going to change your mind from January 6th, and it seemed like a lot of people did after that, I don't know what happened for them to fall back into them agreeing with him again, but that should have been the end of his career in politics, period. Anybody else would have been fried, cooked, and fricasseed after that point. There's no way you should be able to come back from that.
Yeah,
There's no way.
People are forgetful. Forgetful, yo. I don't get it. Especially with him. It's like he's just so bombastic and so just out there that, remember when he was president, it was like every other day he was in the news.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
with Biden, shit, you if you heard from him once or twice a month, that was a normal thing. You know, if any other president for that matter. You know. So I mean, he was just so out there with it. January 6th, you're right, should have been a death knell for his political career. But
it should
wasn't.
have been. But people didn't forget though. People didn't forget January 6th should have been the death knell. But then all the people that he appointed in place made it you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Nothing happened. Nothing to see here. That's what they made January 6th. Go ahead, Tyrone.
But it's crazy it's just insane to me to think, right? Like, we talk about how boastful he is, we talk about how crazy he is, but he has the right to be this way because he was this way before and won the presidency. January 6th happened. He lost the presidency. He got indicted 32 federal convictions, and we're still worried about this man winning the presidency again. So it's basically like he is unstoppable to his own self, and because it has occurred, he's got a right to feel that way. Kind of, it's almost like we're giving him the Thanos thing, like you can't be defeated, like you know what I mean. Well, I mean, like for a guy like him,
we ain't giving him shit. Just stop that. We are not.
The country is giving it to him. Why is he here, Dan?
Because let's not. He put this. Let's rewind a little bit. He put all of this shit in place for him to be able to walk around cocky like this. He put this shit in place. All them fucking Supreme Court justices, not all of them. He put 3 in. This is where Biden failed. Biden fucked up and didn't put nobody in.
No, he put one.
He put Ketanji in. He put Ketanji in, and that's it. But he could have put more because there's no law about expanding that court, as I learned. They could have put more to quote unquote balance the scales out. This motherfucker put the right people in place who, again, all he wants is just people who are loyal to him and say, yes, I agree, just like any other dictator.
And let's not forget, he's priming his base as we speak by saying, yo, if we lose again, if we don't get the votes again, we know that it's rigged. The people are already saying that.
Dude, and how they're starting that already. Number one, we already seen ballot boxes being burnt. Mm-hmm. Number two, we're already hearing stories about people allegedly not having the ability to vote. Now, I heard this one woman, I don't know who, well, I think I know who she voted for, and I don't think it was him, but it was this woman in Georgia, and I forgot what part of Georgia, somewhere outside of Atlanta, I think Macon or something like that, right? They had a mix-up of where her address was, but she did all the proper registration paperwork and all that shit prior to. You know what I'm saying? And then too, they're doing things now to cast doubt, to already have these lawsuits ready to go to contest damn near every single state he loses. And remember, every state that he loses the electoral votes. He's not going to do it to the states that he won, even though if the Democrats were smart, they would do it in reverse if he did it to them. You know what I'm saying? They would, but yo, the game is the game. He's like you just said, he's already in so many multiple ways got his base in motion to have everything fought just because he don't win. If he doesn't win, which I don't think he should win.
This is the thing I don't understand. It's not cheating. It's not cheating. If it wasn't cheating the first time, and the people who got caught cheating was his own party, majority of the time. Look, and not only that, during the election night and after the election, he was calling up other people. Yo, you got to find me some votes.
Yeah.
You got to find me some votes. What are you talking about, dude? The votes were done. There's no finding. There's nobody in the back office holding the bag. These are all Republican votes. We counted them, and we're not going to process. That is so idiotic to the whole process of the system. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. That's it.
That's supposed to be it. And it's supposed to be the end of it. And yet we've been dealing with Trump for 9 years now. This is the 9th year we've been dealing with this man. He does not go away. And then he said, if he doesn't win this election, he's not going to never run again. So now in my head, I'm thinking we can get rid of Trump now. He doesn't win this election. He's not going to run again. Boom. So I'm thinking
he'll be too old. He'll be too old, Ty. He'll be too old.
So this should be a landslide. Like, just to get rid of the hoopla. I mean, even if I was a Trump supporter at this point, I would be like, you know what? I'm sick of dude, though.
Shame on you for thinking that.
It's becoming embarrassing.
Shame on you for thinking that. If you think he loses and he's just gonna go away,
no, he's not.
It's not gonna happen.
But it's like, damn, man. Like, even as a Trump supporter, though, like, you know how sometimes, like, I'll put it to you as an example. I love my children to death, right? But sometimes some of them little motherfuckers do something that I just be like, I wish these kids would I want them to grow up so they get the fuck out. Like, I want them going out of my house. And I love them. These are my kids, but I want them going. They're doing too much. And so as a Trump supporter, it's like at the point, you don't never get to the point where you be like, hey man, I love Trump, but he's doing too much. He got to get out of here.
Do you not watch some of these people? Now, the only people, Tyrone, the only people who done that were the people who used to be in his cabinet back in the day. The people who fell for the game back in 2015, 16 and all of that. And now other Republicans and stuff that were or are in power that said, nah, we can't ride with this guy no more. Only those people finally woke up. The base that's out there that's voting for, no, they don't care. And I think personally, number one reason is, and I'm not going to say the rapper's name who mentioned this, but he just displayed something out loud that I knew people don't want this country to be led by a woman because they don't think that a woman should lead. And that's just the double whammy, a black woman, you know what I'm saying? But they don't want this country run by a woman. So some people are willing to vote for him just off of that strength alone.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
Well, we could come back to that. Most of this base is they're not saying it. It's just pure bigotry. They don't want another black person running anything. And that's why they're doing the whole thing they did the shit with Obama with the birth certificate shit. They're doing this with her with the, now you're black? Oh, now, the woman's been black her whole fucking life. The woman's been black her whole fucking life. My bad, she's made up of different ethnicities. You know, I don't say races no more because we're all the same race. It's about ethnicities. Yes, she's made up of different ethnicities. So if you, dumb white male American who, you know, want to make people happy, just then look at it like this. All right, a vote for her will knock off the first woman, South Asian, yada, yada, yada. Okay, that's one less person later in the future. You know what I'm saying? Until we can get control back of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's me thinking like them ignorant fucks. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure many of them actually think like that. Let's get this out of the way so we can just, all right, you got your moment, hurrah, hurrah, Negroes, woo, and then move on. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? Like, but these people are really that dumb. These people are really that fucking stupid.
I don't think if she wins, they'll because the country is slowly turning more brown and mixed as we go further down the road. So there's going to be more candidates like this down the road. This is the window that's closing. This is the window that's closing. They don't want to be the minority. You understand what I'm saying? And in most cases, they still hold very high positions of power. So it's going to take a long time for that to actually turn. But
TJ, the minority statement, let's remember, there's a reason why they put it in a box of like the U.S. versus, because in reality, we are the majority worldwide. There's more melanated people in this worldwide than there is here. So they're already technically a minority.
But there's so many mixed couples and everything that's diluting, the population right now. And they just don't like it. They can't stop it.
Again, which that's why voting yes on Proposition 1 in New York is so important, because of the whole abortion. Now, it's important for multiple reasons. It's important for multiple reasons. Not one just because I'm a father of daughters, just like you, TJ, and you, Tyrone, but it's about giving back women the autonomy over their fucking body. The fact that crusty old white,
Dan, if you want to slow down the melanation of this country, wouldn't you be for abortion?
But see, the whole twist of abortion, people think that they're just using it. This is where that base got shit fucked up.
It don't make sense.
TJ, they think that it's being used as a form of contraceptive. When we're hearing these stories about the effects behind the reversal of Roe versus Wade, I just heard another story about a woman in Texas, 18-year-old girl who was 6 months pregnant. was diagnosed with sepsis, and they treated her fucking improperly. Why? Because the baby had a fucking heartbeat.
Wow.
If the baby ain't out, you're not a living being yet. And let's keep it real. This is some shit that we've called out years ago. They're doing this because they want more quote unquote white women, their wives, to produce and pop out more fucking babies.
They're having black babies though, Dan.
Like
Black babies, Dan.
We here, TJ.
They're fucking the niggas, Dan. What are you talking
No,
about?
I'm saying we here.
They can't get enough of the Mandingo, dogs. What are you talking about, bro? They are fucking brothers, bro. Brothers in the streets holding hands, swinging with these white chicks, bro. What do you think? These people are retarded.
There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, though, TJ, there's nothing wrong with that.
Where Dr. Umar at?
But the point I'm trying to make is that like this is how bad that they want this shit, because they are, in some respects, they are trying to play a long game. They've been trying to play a long game, but they're playing the game wrong in our faces, and people are still just falling for it. And then they want to try to quote Bible shit. Like, that's what's even funnier, where abortion is in the Bible. But they're Christians and they know all these people, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, they know all this shit. You know what I'm saying? There's such Christians, right? That they're fucking allowing this man to sell his version of a Bible.
That's
grifted motherfucker.
Made in
China.
They don't see it. Made in China.
Just like all his hats.
But you know what though? The whole thing about having a woman president is almost kind of understandable to dispute on it, because think about it. Before, my dad and them grew up in an era where, and it still was part of my era. Like my dad, when I was growing up as a kid, we was taught that, you know, the man is in charge. The man goes to work, the man runs the household. And back in my dad's era, the woman stayed home. And I know the women don't stay home no more because, you know, the economy enforces the woman to work. But I was kind of brought up and raised that a man takes care of his family. The man is the leader. The man runs the household and all that. So that mentality carries on. So a lot of the people that are of voting age still kind of have that built up, because I was raised that way. The man,
true.
So for a woman to be president,
most middle Americans feel that way.
So a woman being president of the United States, I can see where it's like, you know what I mean? I can see where, I'm not saying me, but I can see where the disconnect would be as opposed, you know, as far as our country is concerned, because of those ways we was brought up too.
I see that, but I refuse to abide by that. You know what I'm saying? I see it because of what you just said. These brothers on the other side, they're older, but we're closer to the same age range. And I can say my household, when I grew up, like my mother and father had a situation, like if she wanted to go work, she could. But my father tried to take care of everything. But let's keep it real, though. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it all the way 1,000, though, TJ, real quick. If the woman had to, air quotes, stay home and take care, who was really the boss of that household?
The woman. But also,
she was the heartbeat.
This is historic. I mean, you can go back to the beginning of the time. Men were historically being paid more than women at the same positions anyway.
That too.
That's why they were considered the breadwinners. You know what I'm saying? You could have two CEOs, same company. This dude's going to be making thousands upon thousands of dollars more than what the woman's making. So the numbers, the math wasn't just going to add up like that. You know what I'm saying? The math was never going to math. And the glass ceiling was very real for women. So, you know, no matter how hard you tried or you fought, you was always going to have that foot in your neck because somebody was going to stop you eventually. So,
right.
So when the man was supposed to be the provider, he was the one that was going to get the most money regardless of position or where he stood. He was going to get that money. This woman is going to have to work 2 to 3 jobs just to match that one man's salary in most cases, right. Especially back in the day.
And thinking on them terms, it's like, yeah, I get it, because that's kind of where we were raised. We were still raised at the bottom of those eras, but guess them times has changed, motherfuckers. Them times is damn sure changed. Now on paper, I can tell you my own household. On paper, I make more. But guess who's the true financial boss of my I leave it to my wife because I suck at paying bills. Plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? And I give my share of the money to my wife to make sure that we can keep the fucking roof on our head. That makes sure that the car stays going in the streets as far as, you know. Well, I mean, since I've changed things around, I've been trying to do better, making sure I'm paying my shit on time when necessary. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do better. But I know that my wife is the real financial boss of the house. I cook more. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like a role reversal in the traditional sense of things. No, it's about team. It's about team. It's about us. It's about us making sure that we're all afloat. It's about us making sure. And this is where times have changed to where, yeah, you know what? Most of these MAGA motherfuckers, they want to see them old days come back where they could fucking beat up a woman, punch a woman in the face and walk away from it. And nothing happened because that's just the way that things are. They want to see fucking their grandparents and great-grandparents' ways of traditions come back because they still believe in that old school in my opinion, idiotic rhetoric. Because yeah, I'm sorry, a man in a household is important, but having two stable people
is the most important.
It's way more important.
Yeah,
it don't matter if it's man, woman, whatever. As long as it's two stable people of stable mind, whatever stable mind is to you, to make your household run. As long as the shit works as a unit and you can work as a team, like I said, it could be man on man, woman on woman. That shit don't matter no more, dogs.
But that's what I had to tell. I just had this conversation with my dad not too long ago because I had to work, and then he called me on the weekend. I was out with the kids doing stuff, whatever, and he was like, "Man, why you worked all week and now you got to go do this running around with these kids and all this and all that?" And I said, "Dad, you do realize that we didn't do shit when we was kids. Like my childhood was kind of fucked up because mom was working, you were working, and that didn't allow for us to do things. And you did go to work and come home and you relaxed. So mom did everything with us on her own."
Tyrone,
it's called correcting generational curses.
Nah. Because even if you go back in the days, you had to want to do things with your kids. Why do you not want to participate in your children's lives growing up?
That's part of it.
Why do you think you need to just sit on your ass and do nothing and your word is bond and nobody does nothing? That's not benefiting your child to be a successful person later on.
But TJ, this how it was. My mom never, like, it was the kind of thing where my dad worked. So when he came home and he wanted to have his beer and relax, it was like, leave your dad alone. Leave him alone. He worked all day. Leave him alone. And I get that sometimes, but sometimes it's like, listen, if my kids want to go to the movies and mom can't take them, I can fucking get up and take them. Like, I don't have no problem with that.
I understand that, Ty, but it shouldn't be every fucking weekend, every night. It was not that. It was once in a blue moon. The nigga was only active during Thanksgiving and Christmas. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like that. You can't be like that.
And I didn't want to tell my dad. I didn't want to say to my dad, like, "No, Dad, that was just because you was a fucked up dad." You know what I mean? I didn't want to be like that. But I'm like, "Dad, listen, man, it's not like that no more. Like, in order for these kids to have the lives we want them to have, they need both parents and a couple of aunties and uncles and cousins participating in this shit. It really is a village now. Yeah, it really is.
A village.
He didn't get that. He was like, "But when do you get to relax?" I'm like, "Dad, I'm a father. I got 4 kids. I can't relax, dude. It's just can't do it."
I'm a father with 3 kids. This is my relaxed moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I even have money in my pocket to do something, if we can do something, then we do something. Which that's another conversation for another day. Because I was just having a thought again. I'm like, damn, like we used to make so much less money, yet we used to always be at the ball, always doing this, always
have the best time of your lives, bro.
But now, as the money got way more, we do less. But things that like I can't say the same fully as far as we didn't do that. We didn't go on a lot of vacations. I remember like the 1, maybe 2 that we did get to go on, but we growing up for me. My father said he allowed us to just be kids. We didn't have to be the teens that went out there to have to go get jobs and shit like that. You know, a couple times here and there, I'm asking for money just to go to the arcade because that was it. Get some chips, get some food, some shit like that, whatever. Maybe movie money. I never was the crazy ass kid because crazy ask, not ass kid, but because we was doing shit with our friends and stuff like that. You know, we did the daily shit with our friends, and it was no come home to like I needed my father to be. Yeah, I knew my father was there. Never took it for granted. You know what I'm saying? He made sure we had the things like the basketball hoop. Like I've mentioned before, we were the only black kids, maybe only kids in our neighborhood with fucking
But then he allowed you to play
goals,
baseball, little
lacrosse
league,
sticks.
football, all that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was involved.
Yeah. Right. There was teams he coached. Sometimes he umpired and struck me out, called me out on strikes, motherfucker, on low shit. Just because you was a great hitter, don't mean I'm gonna hit some shit pitched at my toes, calling me on strikes. But the point is like the family dynamics. Like I understand, Tyrone. It's like we different dynamics. And my parents are still together, right? As I always point all the time, right next door, they still together. You know what I'm saying? But we same like you just mentioned about your father and how you described our daughters. We try to do something. We try to at least do something, whether we can go away or we can't. You know, like only one of my children have a summer birthday. So next year, when she turns 18, it's Puerto Rico. We're going to Puerto Rico. 2 years before that, we did Universal. 2 years before that, we did Disney. Like we try to do things like that, like where we can afford to say, hey, $3,000, $4,000 to a trip, and then we get out there, try to keep $1,000, $1,500 something to spend. Whatever, but we try to do things all the time. My kids annoy my wife all the time to get up and go. Why? Because daddy's always at work 4 to 12. You know what I'm saying? And because why? Because she's the one better with money. So she's the one that always has the money. Daddy's pockets always say so. It's like I'm just describing like how life dynamics, like you described to your pops, life dynamics is different now. But these fucking MAGA motherfuckers, they want to revert shit back to where it's just the man. But guess what? When you're supporting these fucking billionaires and trillionaires that don't give a shit about you, and then they're gonna continuously tax the hell out of you by way of cost for things. Like again, Trump and these fucking talking about these tariffs got people fucking confused on how tariffs work. I watched a video today, I think it was Walter Madison or something like that, doing street interviews. I forgot, I don't remember the kid's name. It might have been the name or not, so whatever. Point is, he went to a Trump supporter and was just like, do you understand the tariff? And he was just like, the guy was just like, yeah, we're gonna make these country pay more. They was like, no, we pay more when they jack those tariffs up.
Mm-hmm.
The buyer pays more. So go ahead. If this is what you want, if you want to spend more because you think inflation is bad, put him in office and watch how much
be in a
worse
recession. It still won't be his fault. It still won't be his fault. It won't be his fault.
I hear with the chicken eating ice. So
my bad. It's corn.
It's all right. So it's what it is we're saying all that to say, get out and vote. Everybody else said, I don't care who you vote for. No, I give a shit. I care who you vote for. Let's put this shit on the right track. Let's put this shit where it should be. And still, even still though, I will say, because if it was Biden that was still the option, I'm not gonna lie. I said it on the show when it was him. I probably was gonna write my name in. I probably was gonna put my name on there because neither one of these two almost octogenarians ain't it. Neither one of them ain't it no more, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It'd have been just more the same old. And I'm tired of the same old. I'm tired of this red versus blue shit. This is where the problem with money in politics comes into play. This is why when they try to say, oh, if you vote for a third party, you're voting for the enemy. On both sides, they say this. No, but why? Third parties, fourth parties, fifth, there should be more options than just fucking Cobra or G.I. Joe.
I just I want people to vote in general. I do care who they vote for because certain people you don't want in office, so you do got to care who they vote for just to make because you want to win the vote, you want the right person in the right office. But I still want people to vote no matter what because of the simple fact that it's your right and it's our right in this country and it's how we do get people in office, everyone in office. But the other thing is too because I don't want to hear the shit. I'm a person that's the shit talking. I don't want to hear the shit. I don't want to hear people talk shit about, oh, look what's going on in this country. Look at this, look at that. Well, but you didn't vote though. So it's like, don't say nothing to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear your shit. If you ain't voting and you're not trying to contribute to what you want this country to be, I don't really want to hear you talk shit about it. I really don't.
I've always been opposed to that thought of, oh, if you didn't vote, you can't talk. I've always hated that saying. You still live in this country. You still live in this. We're supposedly a free speech society. You say what the fuck you want, even if you don't vote. You have the option, and you have the option to not vote.
You have the option.
I'm not against nobody who chooses not to because that's your personal choice.
Your personal choice. If you talk shit to me, it's just like if you talk shit to me about something that you're opposed to, but the only thing that you can actually really do about it, you're not doing, then I discredit you a little bit. I'm not saying it's wrong. If you don't want to vote, don't vote. I don't hate people that don't vote. I don't go around saying if you don't vote, don't speak to me. I'm just saying like if you have issues and I say, hey, well, who did you vote for? I didn't vote for nobody. It's like, well, that's the only thing you can do to try to fix this shit. And you
Tyrone, and you'll understand this. Unfortunately, though, with the advent and the system that is the Electoral College, that fucks a lot of shit up in a lot of people's head. It was mine in particular at one time, to where it can make one feel like, yo, our vote don't count no matter what. Because though the Electoral College is there to
it's not the popular vote.
It's not the popular vote, right? And it's there in place to give these small West Bubblefuck states a voice equal to a New York or equal to a California or a Texas or some shit like that. That's what it's in place for. But when you do more research on that, there are some states that the Electoral College vote generally is supposed to go in lockstep with who the majority popular vote was for that state.
Mm-hmm.
There's some states where they don't have to abide by that. I would have to look it up, but I believe that there's still some states that if the electorates wanted to change the quote unquote vote, they can do that. But let me look that up while y'all talk about them.
Nah, I was gonna say that every time I feel as though, oh, you know what? Nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna vote or whatever the case is. I think about all those times in the 50s and 60s where people got the hoses set on them, for voting, or people were hung for trying to vote, man. And I'm like, damn, how could you not vote? How could we not vote? That's the part that keeps me up at night, as far as when I'm even feeling lazy to go out and vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, people died for this shit. So that's where I think about it, man. And that's what motivates me to go ahead and
those people are saying, well, it wasn't during my time, so I don't care, bro.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's the attitude, man.
But you know what though? That's during your parents' time. Like it's not that far away. We're not that far removed from that.
Listen, the Civil Rights Act is not even 60 years old. The right to vote, the right to have equal pay, the right to housing, the right to education. Civil rights movement is not even 60 years old. Yeah. My parents are older than the Civil Rights movement. Most of these people who have adults, who have adult parents or coming up, you know what I'm saying? They were a part of that. They know what it was like to not have equal pay, equal housing, to even work in the same building on the same floor as a white person. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not old enough for us to not affect us. Like this should be standing on. You want to stand on business? This is the time to stand on business. You know what I'm saying?
We are the only people who quote unquote forget. As far as like Dan said, we're the only ethnicity to do that. The whole thing that Jewish people, Jewish community, and the Holocaust, they drill that in their head. What happened in World War II? Why is it? Why with us it feels like that's dying out? And that just happened. Like you talking about as far as time. That was the Holocaust was in the 30s and 40s. This just happened, like you said, less than 60 years ago. And we as a community are coming up with reasons why we shouldn't vote. I mean,
live correction.
That's a tough pill to swallow, man.
Well, live correction to my statement before, real quick, Tyrone. It's what it really is in certain states you'll have people who are called faithless electors, and those are the people who will go against popular votes just because they want to. So it's not that there's specific states. It's just there's people who are called what is it again? Faithless electors.
So my mom and dad grew up in those times, right? And when we were still separated and stuff like that. And my mom never talked about it. Like never talked to us about it, never. And I didn't even realize till I was older that she grew up in those times. Like I started putting dates together and this and that. I'm like, well, Mom, you was living during this time. And she said that she didn't tell us about that or talk to us about that as a protection. She said, y'all were growing up at a time, like, I didn't want y'all to think that way. And then I had moved out of the neighborhood to where there was white people that lived around there too. And my mom was like, and you was living in Upper Darby and all that. And she was like, I didn't want y'all to think that way about white people. I didn't want y'all to think that they was mean to us. I didn't want y'all to think they was bad people and stuff like that. So she kind of didn't tell us growing up what she went through as a child or what. So those stories are not getting passed down properly for whatever reason. Like my mom and dad didn't pass those stories down to me. I learned about that stuff from school, and then it was like, wait, Mom, you was living during that time. What the fuck? And she was just like, yeah, I don't want you to think bad of white people. I wanted you to get your own opinion of them. I didn't want to put that sourness on y'all. The world is better now, So sometimes it's just the fact that we don't get educated. It almost is like your parents, like my parents were trying to like sweep it under the rug, like trying to almost act like
if this dude gets into office, he wants to wipe out education altogether. He wants to wipe out the Department of Education. He said it's not even necessary.
And on top of that, talk about wiping out shit, right? Not really the wipe out shit, but like before earlier when y'all see me on mute and I had my head turned, there was a guy walking his dog by and he heard what we was talking about. He doubled back and was like, yo, you spitting some real shit. And he started talking to me about all the shit we talking about now. But there was one name he mentioned. Elon Musk. This man wants Elon Musk, who technically one of the top world's most, richest people. When you do real knowledge on him, he's not that smart. He's a guy who bought people's ideas. You know what I'm saying? He bought people's ideas and expanded them. Like I learned, like the Tesla car. Like there was these two brothers who created the Tesla. He bought the whole everything off of them. You know what I'm saying? But this fucking clown Trump wants to have him pretty much run the U.S.'s finances. My question that I've heard nobody, and I listen to a lot of political stuff that's not, I guess, more progressive leaning, mostly all TYT network stuff, right? But I've never even heard them ask this: how is Donald Trump allowed to do that? Is Elon Musk a citizen technically? Or does he carry dual citizenship with South Africa and here for him to be allowed to do that, to do the job? I've never heard nobody talk about that, but this alleged genius can fix our finances all of a sudden.
You know what? Here's a better question. I don't get into the whole finance thing, right? But this is what I don't understand. So technically, the United States is we got a deficit, trillions of dollars, all this money. Our finances are all fucked up as a country, right? And so what does that do to us? Because it doesn't seem to be affecting us at all that our finances are fucked up. Meanwhile, when it's a war or something, or we want to give money to other countries, we got money to give to them. So if I find, so what difference does it make if our finances is fucked up? We so much money in debt, and what does it do? What difference does that debt make? Because we still give money away like we give money away all the time. So that deficit must don't mean too much. And we ain't even doing shit to try to get it down. So who cares? It's like what they got the bill collectors calling the president. Hey, you know you owe us $1 billion, right? So how you want to take care of that today? You know what I mean? Like what's the consequence of us owing this money? I don't
All those major countries have a deficit. I don't want to hear it. Everybody owes everybody money. So it's just changing of hands and trade agreements and all this other shit to make up the difference. Because nobody's going to willingly start cutting checks to these countries, and these countries are not going to be cutting checks back to us because they owe us some shit. It's never going to be like that. So yeah, we can hold trillions of dollars, but guess who else owes trillions of dollars? England owes money. France owes money. Germany owes money. They all owe money to each other. This is not nothing new. And that's why nobody's coming to say, yo, nah, my ledger is clean, bro. We are clean. We don't owe nobody shit. We coming to get our bread right now.
We don't hear about them small ass countries though. That's the thing. We don't hear about them small ass countries. But my question though is does this man have the ability to do such a thing and give him such a quote unquote high ranking type job when is he even a US citizen?
I don't know. I have to look at it. But listen, if you want to talk about U.S. citizen and the woman who was speaking at MSG, his wife, who can barely phrase an English sentence together,
or
and
barely
you want to
can
talk
stand his ass. He can't
and
even
you want to
stand his
talk
ass.
about immigrants in this country coming in, and his wife could barely speak English, but she gets a pass?
it's a
Nah,
fake
come
job.
on, dog.
It's a fake job anyway. It's a fake job. What is the financial guy doing? What is he doing? Is he stopping us? Is France or whoever we owe all this money to going to come over here and stamp a flag in the middle of our drawer and say, hey, we got to repossess the United States? Like, no. So he's just a figurehead. He's just going to have a fake job, and he's just going to be sitting in that office being whatever. Oh, he's the financial secretary. Oh, what is he doing? Who the fuck knows? Because we're trillions of dollars in debt. We still giving money away.
He became a citizen in 2002.
Yeah, but it's a fake job. So I don't care about who we hiring to do that. My thing is this: if you want to get rid of the Department of Education, how does that better our country? Like, what are we supposed to be doing here? Because the schools is already fucked up, and now you want to get rid of the Department of Education, which means what? No school? So it's gonna be all homeschooling or what? Like, I don't understand the
No, I think he's trying to give the power back to the states. You know, he wants to give that back to the states. Like, yo, it shouldn't be the federal government's responsibility of as far as curriculum or whatever the case is, funding or whatever the case is.
Okay, so for the states that got like money, like maybe like New York, these kids can learn certain things and have things for experiments and textbooks and stuff like that. But then the kids like in Cleveland, in a small town, they just gonna be behind. They're not gonna learn.
No. The states like Mississippi, Louisiana,
where the education system is already bad and they're already ranked the dumbest
you're just gonna have ignorant ass people running, and then they got to run for office and do something. So the only way they're going to get the education is if they leave the state.
Well, it's partially because of something like this. Like years back, and I keep repeating this one, but years back, the state of Texas were trying to change their history books to prop up capitalism, prop up how Ronald Reagan was one of the greatest president ever because he introduced the level of capitalism we're in now, and everything is quote unquote God-based through Jesus. So that's what we're going to get more of from a lot of these states, to where you're going to get the more Christian faith-based teaching, and it's fuck everybody else. Either get down or lay down.
They're already putting the 10 Commandments in school. they're already putting the 10 Commandments in school.
In
Like
some
that's
states, yeah.
like that's going to get me a job at Apple. The fuck are you talking about, bro?
Right. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. And there's already Catholic schools and shit like that. You want to go learn about? We're not even going to talk about all the fuck ups that come out of Catholic schools. Oh, you send all you want the boys to, you want to send boys to an all boys school, but don't be gay.
I think you meant the fucking.
Make that make sense. You want, right, and then who ends up being the horniest kids of them all? Sometimes it be them Catholic school kids. It be them Catholic school kids.
I thought you were gonna say the priests, but okay.
Oh, that's
I couldn't help it, man.
That was grave digging. That was grave digging. That's grave digging 6 feet deep layers into the conversation. You know, we're not talking about them booty bandits, but you know what I'm saying. No Diddy, but anyway, yeah, man. That's just just if you vote. If you don't, you don't. Just hopefully we all win on the right side of history. This is the one reason why I voted, because
it's gonna be a different conversation next Sunday.
I hope so. Yeah, it's gonna be a totally different conversation next Sunday.
I already can't wait, boy.
You know what I'm saying? I can't wait because I'm tired of seeing these fake ass commercials.
I'm tired of fucking text messages that I get, bro.
That part.
This shit is exhausting.
Yeah,
it is exhausting at this point.
No. Bro, I can't block them fast enough.
So many numbers. It's like 4 a day.
Yo, but this is the beauty of registering as an independent. I didn't get that many, and the one politician that I said I wanted to try to get on the show, which again I said to my wife earlier, I was just like, I just didn't reach back because I couldn't make it make sense with what we do, because we haven't had no true political conversations till now, obviously before the election, but. She was the one politician who called because she was the one Democrat. She was running on the Democrat ticket, but she told me, she's like, I generally lean more independent, but because of the way the game works, I had to run under the Democratic ticket.
Right.
And great woman. That nice conversation with her. I made sure I voted for her because it was the one politician that felt trustworthy, because I ain't voting for Nicole Maliotakis. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. She's another one of them
crazy.
She's another one of them Trump drones.
Nut.
She's another one of them Trump drones. But my text message is just like, hey, working families party here. That was it. Like, that was all I was getting. Just making sure you vote for Harris. One time I had to respond back and I said, I'm voting anybody over Trump. Just plain and simple. I was like, I'm voting anybody over Trump.
You know what I found that was crazy about some of these commercials is they both got, somebody got them for Trump and they got them for Kamala, where they were like, I voted for Trump last time, but I won't this time because I found out this, that, and the other. And I just be like, that was before the first election. So it's like, you voted for somebody without any research. And they got one for this one lady. I forgot the name of the politician, but he was like, I was going to vote for her until I found out she supports this, that, and the other. Well, you're supposed to find that out before you vote. You're supposed to do some shit. You voted for somebody and you didn't even know their policies. And you admit on TV.
That part. And that's the funny part, even that keyword right there, policies, right? Talk to some of these dumbass MAGAs. They can't recite no policies that don't sound ignorant or bigoted. Like the text message I mentioned. Oh, well, you don't want untaxed overtime? Of course I would want untaxed overtime. But do you really think that this fucking clown is gonna give it to you?
Bro,
the motherfucker,
if he ever passed something like that, you know what would happen? No more fucking overtime for nobody. Nobody's getting overtime. You know what you're gonna get? An extra day of fucking work. That's what you're gonna get.
This alleged great businessman who hated unions his whole life, but okay, believe what you want. Remember the union that gave you your fucking pension.
But you know what though? Dan, you pretty much nailed it. He's a certified known union buster, and his base is they're all union. So how does that work? You know what I'm saying? Like it's I don't know, man.
It's because they don't know policies. They can't recite any of his policies. They just love the fact that this is a brash older white man who just comes out and says what he wants on camera. That's it.
If you vote for him, he ain't gonna bust your union. That's what he's gonna do.
Right. Well, yeah. Same thing with the Puerto Ricans. Same thing with the Cubans and Puerto Rico. Oh no, he's talking about Puerto Ricans. He's talking about Mexicans. He ain't talking about me.
Never forget the jump shooting of paper towels. Never forget. That form was terrible too, by the way.
The good thing is Trump built a lot of them buildings non-union, and we was kind of happy about that. The union first, they didn't like Trump. They said he built all that stuff in Atlantic City non-union, but guess what? He didn't pay none of them motherfuckers. So I'm kind of happy. We kind of happy that he did go non-union. But that's the reason why he don't like unions, because he got away with burning so many people. The union would have had, you got backing with the union. They would have had support. They would have sued them and all that. These other companies, they just had to go with the bankruptcy hearings, and they had to let it go. And that's why Trump don't fuck with the union, because he knew that with union workers, he wouldn't have been able to get away with building all that shit and not paying for it. You know what
exactly. I mean? But again, Tyrone, we're talking to people who are of all of our here on camera's age range, who forget to fucking ignore all that. They forget and they choose to ignore all that. Just because he gets up on camera, says what he wants, and fuck them niggas over there.
Word.
It's crazy. It's
I just want to say, man. I just want to say we touched on it a little bit just now. I just want to reiterate. I just want to drive home, man. I love Puerto Rico. Beautiful fucking country, man. Can't wait to go back.
It's in my family. It's in my family.
It's definitely in mine. All over the place.
You know what I'm saying?
Be quiet.
But anyway, But anyway, enough of that. From one doomsday to the doomsday that just passed. Yo, how crazy was it when y'all found out, though, that we didn't find out that Doom died until the last day before the new year. But he died on Halloween, the year he passed. Hence why Halloween is now forever Doomsday, which it made me feel bad. Which is
kind of inappropriate.
It's beyond appropriate. It's beyond appropriate. And shouts out to from a terrible pay-per-view or PLE last night in Crown Jewel yesterday afternoon, to be honest. But shouts out to what's his name? Bronson Reed. He came out in the dope ass fucking MF Doom tribute gear. Let me find it. Bronson Reed, MF Doom gear. He came out in a dope fucking piece yesterday. That was one of the few highlights of a terrible, terrible pay-per-view. I mean, horrendous. Horrendous. I gave it an F. But we're gonna get back to this screen later. I shared the wrong screen a little too early, but we're gonna get back to that. But this was the screen that I was trying to share for y'all. This joint right here.
Oh, that's dope.
Fucking fire. And Corey Graves shouted it out too. Bronson Reed paying tribute to MF Doom. I never would have thought a day in my life that I would hear
heard those words
mentioned on a WWE broadcast, especially WWE. I never thought I'd hear that shit. Shouts out to him for that. But Doom is a big favorite of many of ours on this screen. Shouts out to the brother Seuss. We know. If you're listening, we know. But many of us here, many of y'all it'd be hard pressed to find some bigger than me. But give me a top 5 favorite Doom tracks before I get back to that other screen that I want to do with y'all.
Ooh,
and you got to put beef rap up there.
Yeah, accordion.
Accordion got to
Accordion.
definitely go up there.
Accordion's got to be up there. All caps. What else? Rap snitches. You know what I'm saying? That's
telling all their business. Sit in the court and be their own star witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here.
yeah.
Fuck around, get your whole label sent up for years.
Just oh my god, there's so many, Dan. Like it's just
Yeah.
it's hard to nail down 5. Like
I know, but I'll give you something for me because one of them is in my name today.
oh, friends.
List
Friends.
list order. D5 friends.
Food
The
is,
album.
is
We're gonna get there in a second. But D5 friends is definitely in my no order, but definitely in my top 5. Again, like Big O said, beef rap could lead to getting teeth capped. That's easily.
first of all, the
So
beef
just
the
off the
beef for that
intro.
joint is nuts. Yeah. That whole yo, he just took the whole super friend shit.
That was from an episode of Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends.
I mean that was just nuts.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Don't forget one beer, man. One beer.
One beer.
Cookies.
Cookies.
Yo, and man, just
Your man said you
keep going
left
because
before-
I gotta pull up the look.
Your man said you left before happy hour even started. You know what I'm saying?
You got Gazillionaire.
Gazillionaire was nuts.
Batty Boys is another one of my favorites.
The joint he did with a Pawnee.
It was on the Victor Vaughn album.
Yeah. That shit
Vaudeville
was fine.
Villain album. But yo, you mentioned cookies. This is the joint that I mentioned when I was just like, yo, this thing is talking about beating his meat or beating meat. Let's go through the lyrics. It's horrible. One little evening alone home, end up with carpal tunnel syndrome. Here I am, no forgiving heavy backaches, grown and living off little Debbie snack cakes. Supposed to be checking emails. All I got is messages from ass naked females. No, I don't know no Jenny. She said it's free and I won't owe her a penny. And that's the last time I saw her. But thousands of more horrors on an online Gomorrah. And Sodom, they got them with their curls out, and they got a better sales pitch than the
Girl Scouts. Damn.
I wonder what I owe her for. Owe her for a whole box of caramel coconut Samoas. Okay, honey. Sweet dreams. Now it's time to get serious like peak freams. A metal handful, wipe it on the quilt. Wife wakes up and I'm killed over spilled milk. Locked in, looking
bananas.
at the yo. When you really break his lyrics down, this is what I'm talking about. This is why this man was a fucking mess. Yo, fully clothed winter, and I skipped over. Locked in, looking at your picture. Fully clothed winter, and I'm right there with you. Thinking about the last time I split your wishbone. A man could only wish you do the same till he gets home. Fat chance. At least he gets snacks. That'll have to do till a brother gets back. So he's again. You follow where the song's going. You follow with it. Until then, smack when I jack and hope one of his people can hook him with a tri-pack. That's 3 different flavors: chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry wafers. Acting all hard, he about to get beat up. I show him what time it is once I get this sheet up. As soon as he fell off his beat down, all I heard is 13 cell, put the sheet down. He was talking about beating his meat in jail. So I'm like, I gotta keep going. Damn, CEO, what the hell does she know? Besides the fact she wants to get dug out on the D-Lo. A workaholic with a fountain in the ink pen. Out in the mountains, and I stopped drinking again. In the wee hours, he gotten farther. Needing 3 showers, being hot and bothered. The whiz with her legs bent, pregnant. God bless the day she wonder where her eggs went. I need an L, but it's hard to drink without it. And could use some cookies, but try not to think about it. Watching bet on jazz for knowledge on file. That's crazy. Like we all didn't look at like the fucking Macy's catalogs in the bra section. Every other commercial, college hoes gone wild. Soft batch. I prefer the other bunch, like we got for lunch. Chocolate fudge, butter crunch. Call all the white women soft batch. Don't mess with the Ritz bits, wheat thins, saltines, or Triscuits. Matzos or Cheez-Its.
Yo, he just destroyed every white chick on the planet, bro. He and he threw the Jews in there with the matzos.
Catch sugar fits every time that he sees. Chips Ahoy, double chocolate chunk. Something with the bubble in the junk in the trunk. Even the Oreos, no matter what the weather, always kept them dipped in milk and stuck together. Word to Dr. Umar. In the game, he's shameless. Even uses the code name Famous Amos. Cheaper than a short stay at the Days Inn and good like 25-cent oatmeal raisins. Give a hand to who invented the camera. Skip past the gram animals and grandmas. Shh. Don't make sure she don't wake from her dream chill or get caught with a handful of cream filled.
Yo,
He just said, "Oh, honey, go wash your hands."
Yeah.
It might seem ill. Like this is, and that I had to go that because like that's why I've been such a fan of Doom, because you could go into so many of his joints and it's the multiple layers of shit that like you don't catch it on the first listen. You catch it on the second, and then on the third listen, it's like, oh shit, I caught something else. Then it's like, oh, I caught something else. Like the one where you said it, freaking the one off of. He said, I wrote this off of 2 or 3 heinies, and boy was they fine. G, one black, one Spanish, one Chinese, who keep the woody round and shiny like a pine tree. But he was talking about beer, but he's saying he wrote this off of 2 or 3 Heinekens, thinking about the asses of the black, white, and Chinese. Like that's like the layers of just oh shit in his lyrics, triples, quadruples. Like it's just that's what made me ask. Like, what was some of your favorite Doom joints? Tyrone, I know you said you wasn't as big a Doom fan as us, but I know you got some joints.
Well, no, y'all said all the ones that I was going to say. Like, I like Accordion, I like Cookies. Like y'all mentioned all the ones I got, because I'm not a Doom fan per se. You know, I'm not one of those dudes to say I don't like them, but I just wasn't into it. I didn't get a lot of his albums. I just heard whatever, was playing or whatever somebody put me on to. I didn't actually go out and seek them. I didn't actually go out and listen to it. You know what I mean?
Well, the end of this episode here, this is where you're now going to get the homework of the albums. Now you got to go and listen to. So, like I mentioned in one of our past episodes, I wanted to start having fun and making some tier lists. And I found this tier list generator online. And since I said, you know what, we're talking about Doom, and I was looking for specifically this Doom, MF Doom's tier list of albums. Now, for me, almost everything is like S tier, except for a couple that I might put at A. But let's go through the albums that are here, and we'll try to give a consensus of what we think tier wise. We got Operation Doomsday, Food, Mad Villainy. I'm just gonna save us the drama. Mad Villainy is a S tier.
Yeah,
we're not even debating that one.
No,
I was gonna say
We got the JJ Doom. We got the King Ghidorah, Take Me to Your Leader. We got the Neruvian Doom album. They put a Czarface on here, Czarface MF Doom.
Yeah, that was fire.
We got the Mouse and the Mask. We got this one is why the fuck am I? This was damn it. Why did I draw a blank on this name? But I'll come back to that. We got another Czarface Doom album, and then we got the 2 Victor Vaughn albums here. Why Born Like This? Wow, why did I draw a blank? Born Like This is the one where the mouse cursor is hovering over there.
Yeah.
So,
I think Food and Born Like This is right under Matt Villainy and on the same tier. To be honest with you,
why?
those two were probably my most played albums until I listened to Matt Villainy. You know, I had to do my little research. I wasn't really a full-fledged fan until you know, I mean, I was a full-fledged fan listening to those two. But then listen to Matt Villainy is on my Mount Rushmore for favorite albums, man. So like that's my favorite top 5 that's in the conversation. Right
Matt
along with
Villainy.
Low End Theory, you know, Enter the 36, like that's up there.
Which by the time next episode comes, we're gonna be talking about that because November 9th is fastly approaching. Y'all remember what November 9th means? Do y'all? November 9th is actually
that's when Enter the 36 and what you call came out. Midnight Marauders.
Midnight Marauders, yep. So that is a hip hop anniversary that y'all should have had dedicated to your minds already. We celebrate that day. But anyway, but TJ, is one album at a time. So you're putting that.
I'm putting Food up there. Yeah.
As an A?
Yes.
TJ, are we A or we S with that one?
I'm going A because Operation Doomsday was the first album I got into, and I was a late bloomer to Doom for a long time. This was back in the day when I didn't like rappers because of their names, so I just didn't listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, that was a retarded way of not listening to shit, I know, but
I could dig it.
And I was just like, Doom, MF Doom, it don't hit for me. I get the mask and everything, and then, you know, hanging out with Mike Jones, Jacob Matthias, and all of them dudes, you know, Aaron Phillips, they were always quoting these Doom lines, and yourself included. And I was like, yo, what the fuck are you guys talking about? I was like, that shit is fire. I was like, it's Doom. You never heard of Doom? I was like,
when we got to link with them brothers in person, it was literally like the Spider-Man meme of Doom fans. between myself, Aaron, Rocky, and Mike was just like, me and Aaron was like the top 2, and then it was Rocky and Mike and all that. It was just literally like you like there's a reason why we're good friends now.
Yeah. So Doomsday for me, because I just liked the fact that he was going in on so many old school cartoon skits. Like, that was something I never heard of before. And I don't know why more people didn't jump on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a great way to construct an album. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just tapping into all my good childhood memories at that point. This is Saturday morning cartoons. Forgive the younger generation because there weren't any Saturday morning cartoons by the time, you know, 2000s hit. You know what I'm saying? But Saturday morning cartoons was a rite of passage. Like, from the time I was 9 till I was like 16, Saturday morning cartoons was must-watch TV. And it was all on. And it was like a gluttony of, it was just a mass consumption of cartoons. And you had to, like, really hone in on what you liked, what channel, what time. You was lining shit up. There was, you know, you wasn't taping cartoons back then. So, like, you really had to go in and watch this at 8:30, sometimes 7:30. And then this third joint comes on at 8:30, 8. This joint comes at 8:30, 9. As it got closer to 9:30, the shit's starting to taper off, and the cartoons started getting worse because they put all the whack shit on closer to 11 o'clock. And then, you know, you get all them nature shits, and you're like, yo, I'm outside, B. I can't watch this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? So,
TJ, I was going to ask, man, 7 o'clock, man. You was watching Davey and Goliath at 7?
Nah, man. I was watching the shit. I was watching the Thunderbirds, the shit with the puppets and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
and G-Force would come on mad early in the morning. So I was watching them too.
G-Force, aka Battle of the Planets.
Yes.
That's one of my shits. Tyrone, Operation Doomsday, A tier, and we're only gonna make 2 S tiers. So maybe something else can make it, but 2 S tiers is the limit.
I can't really comment. I don't, like I said, I'm not album savvy. I'm more of a song guy. Like I said, I only listen to songs. I'm not a Doom fan. I mean, not to say I'm a hater, but just saying I haven't listened to them. So I'm not really included in this. I know songs, I don't really know albums necessarily. Like I gotta do my homework.
I got you. So all right, so we'll keep it amongst us. But again, take this as your homework.
I said
You got an iPhone.
You worse than
Just
my teacher.
Just about all these albums. Just about all these albums are in iTunes. I'm okay with Operation Doomsday being A. Mainly because mainly because nothing. Like it's the foundation. Now, for me, when I first really got put on the Doom, it was probably 2003, 2004, the retarded hard copy of the Mad Villain album. And yes, when he said probably come sloppy on the retarded hard copy, the retarded hard copy was the name of the bootleg that was out of Mad Villainy way before the official dropped. And my peoples at Easy Pass, shouts out to them. I was just on something like, yo, I need something different to listen to. And my man, they made me a copy like, yo, listen to this. And it was on ever since. Mm-hmm. It fit right in my wheelhouse of, like I've described, that underground Def Jux style of just, that was me. Like TJ, you just said, tapped into all of like the childhood. Like I was the child like you, TJ. Like we were in the streets, but we weren't street kids. But we was in them streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To where everything that this dude mentions in these albums like this, it's relatable because we were there. That was kind of, he spoke to our life type shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not mad at Operation Doomsday being an A. Now, food, TJ, where would you put this one?
That might be S tier. He's got like 3 or 4 classic joints on that album. And the way he constructed the album, he dedicated to like food. Beer, cookies, like beef all wrap, that
cookies,
beef wrap, one beer. Like nobody was doing that. Yeah.
Yep.
Nobody was doing that. Nobody was constructing albums with a theme and then putting the songs that fit the album. It wasn't like, oh, we're just gonna call this food and we're gonna put one song on about food and that'll be it, or that's just the name of the album. Like he really broke it down. And I mean, he's got too many classics on there for me to say it was an A-tier album.
I mean, it's a concept album. You know what I'm saying? And looking at the list, looking at the whole album on the whole, there's no skips in this album. You know what I'm saying? You can play this album all the way through. So yeah, it's between S and A for me. I know I had it at A, but yeah, you might have to put it at S.
All right, 2-1, because I was heavily considering A for this one, only because of the skits in the middle, but the skits are a part of the story.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Style, Spider-Man, Amazing Friends.
Like he rolled it purposely into the next song. Like you had to listen to the album to get where he was going with the next song. So yeah, I'm definitely with that.
Right. That now I was kind of almost going semi-chronologically, but not fully. King Ghidorah, Take Me to Your Leader. This and the Victor Vaughn albums. This is where he started to travel into the three-headed monster of things. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying B.
Yes.
Because you have to be acquired. This is acquired taste listening once you get to this level. But still phenomenal. But this is where you kind of also learned he's one hell of a beat maker. Yes, he's a dope rapper, but then also you learn like he DJ shit like that. Like you learned about the multiple sides of Doom just off the name of the King Ghidorah and living the three-headed monster life. I mean, not even to mention like putting on Monster Island Czars and shit like that. They're on several tracks on this joint. You know, it's I could go B. It could be a solid A for me, but I could go B. Where you see it? Oh.
Take me to you. It's funny. I go. Come back to me. I'm looking for the album.
I was about to pull up. I was about to pull up these albums too and start looking at the track list and shit. But go ahead, TJ.
No, I was in agreement with you as a B tier album for the reasons you stated. I'm for that. I'm definitely for that. But like you said, at this point, it's an acquired taste. You don't come into listening to Doom that's not an album I would suggest you go listen to first. You know what I'm saying? To fully appreciate who he was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want you to start with either Food, Doomsday, or Mad Villainy way before you get into the King Ghidorah album. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's definitely a deep cut. It's a deep cut.
There's joints of mine on here.
So I start with Mad Villainy.
If you want to start from greatness first, you can do that. But trust me when I tell you, it's not a depression. It's not like a diminish in quality. It's not a diminishing quality at all. Okay. But like this joint had like my joint Fast Lane, Crazy World, No Snakes Alive with Jet Jaguar and Rodan.
And Jet Jaguar. Yeah, Jet Jaguar. Yeah.
Next levels with Lil Psy and them. Take Me to Your Leader. Yeah, this is B. This is B. I could give it to B. Let me put it up. Something that's not on here too, by the way. The MF Doom and MF Grimm.
You gotta put it at B, Dan. You put it in A.
Yeah, you're right. I did put it in A. But I was thinking MF Doom and MF Grimm's album. That's another one to go look for, Tyrone. MF Doom and MF Grimm. There's the album cover is them two sitting at a park bench with the chess table.
If you got Spotify and just type in Doom, they got damn near all his entire catalog up there.
I'm gonna just the Apple Music got Doom Essentials, and it's got like all of his essential hits on there. So I might just check that out, and I can get through a lot of it from that.
Yeah.
Like I said, some of these songs y'all saying I heard, but like I said, as far as like particular albums, I didn't go through a catalog. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But as I was typing in, Victor Vaughn, Vaudeville Villain. Oh. This had my joint lick upon lactose lecithin. open mic night. Can I Watch was a Pawnee B with a Pawnee B.
Yeah,
that's probably my favorite cut on the album, man.
Yeah.
Open mic night.
Lick upon was dope too, though. Like that song is crazy.
The beat, I'm thinking of freaking Pop Snot was another fucking hard ass beat. Where would you rank this one though?
The same. To be honest with you, the same level as was it Take Me to Your Leader?
The B.
Yeah, I'll put it at B.
TJ,
I'm gonna give it at a B. I mean, also I never heard of Mr. Fantastic before I heard, until I heard Doom. You know what I'm saying?
Never after that either.
Yo, I am going to send you a link of this joint that I watched, and it was talking about where is Mr. Fantastic.
Because he was dope.
It was one time and one time only. On Rap Snitch Conditions. I think it was just Rap Snitch Conditions.
No, he's on Phantasms. Oh, but that's on the Czarface Doom album, I think. Yeah, because he's rhyming on phantasms.
Well, I'm gonna open that one in a minute, but let me get back to I wanted to get to Victor Vaughn's Vaudeville Villain 2. There we go. My bad. Sorry for the silence, but we're agreeing with a B category, TJ.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now Vaudeville 2. This is the one I was trying to get the second album up for the track list. Venomous Villain is the name of that album. And that joint
so
had
many.
Fall Back, Titty Fat, Rap Game, Back End, Doom on Vic. I haven't listened to this album in a while. Bloody Chain. Yes, this was my joint on this album because it was him and the homie Poison Pen on that joint. He was talking about getting robbed after a club, or his girl getting robbed after a club, and then Poison Pen came in as the dude who's doing the robbing. But it's hard because I don't want to put nothing lower than a B. But if there was one, I would put this personally at a C. Where do you see it? Oh,
I don't think I heard this album. What's the name of the album?
Is the Vaudeville Venomous Villain? It's called. It's the second Victor Vaughn album.
Nah, I never. Yo, you just fucked me up with that. I'm like, okay.
Sorry.
Oh, damn. I gotta get ahead and look for this shit now.
This is homework, people. So all right, I'll put it at a C. I don't know where you stand, TJ. If you even knew about this album too.
No, I knew about the album. I knew about the album, but like you said, I just didn't listen to it as much as the others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's tough.
It's not like racing to the top of my mind right now.
This dude is definitely digging in the crates, man.
Yep.
Venomous Villain.
Now, the Mouse and the Mask album, TJ. Doom and why am I forgetting Son's
Mad
name?
Lib?
Actually, no, it wasn't Mad Lib. Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse.
That might be A tier. That might be A tier, dogs.
It was. I personally would say yeah, it was because again, thematically, this was damn near an Adult Swim album.
Yes.
Yep.
Because you've heard this shit, especially the joint with him and Tyrone. If you need an identifier, I'm sure you heard songs, but you've heard the songs. You've heard his songs on Adult Swim in the in-betweens and cuts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know about that. The Danger Mouse one. I did hear that. I know about that album.
What was dope was Adult Swim would put like these quotes up about before while the song was playing and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the track listing now. Like it was an Adult Swim album. Sofa King, they took the Sofa. They took the Sofa King joke from one of my favorite shows. Fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Perfect Hair was from Perfect Hair Forever. You had was it Benzie Box? Benzie Box was with fucking CeeLo Green before CeeLo worked with Danger Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
ATF, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Like, I wish I could play some of these joints. Really, it is so called fucking vats of urine. Like, yeah, this was a Space Hose. Was talking about Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
This is definitely an A tier album. Close to bordering S, but close to A.
I'm going to A. I'm going to say A. I'm not going to put it at Mad Villainy, but definitely A.
But Born Like This.
That's tough, man. I can't give that a B. I cannot give that a B.
No, Born Like This to me is an instant A. This is bordering S.
Yes.
Closer than the Danger.
Is Gazillionaire on that album?
Gazillionaire is on this album.
Yeah, that album was hard.
Baddie Boys was my
Yeah,
favorite track on that one.
yeah, that album was hard.
Baddie Boys was my favorite joint on that one. Let me pull the lyrics up because this is another one of them shits. Cause he he was going in on some shit on this one. Let me drop this and pull the lyrics up on this one. This once again just bars and layers of bars. Is you'll know exactly what it's talking about, but from the intro. You're waiting for a parade, there ain't none. Sharpen your spirits of adventure, the fabulous gay way. That's how it opened. Oh shit. He said, oh shoot, get a load of that fruit in thigh-high boots, red tighty whiteys, and blue cat suits. Talking about Superman. But take that how you will. Holy homos. Even the rats know it's tacky. You ever see me slipping like that bitch to smack me? Posing chest and leg open, couldn't stand worse. All he was missing was a bandana and a man purse. Crying, dying, laughing till glands burst. Faster than a speeding glass, bleeding ass ran first. Fixing baby hairs, messed up wavy curl. Under the cape, the back of the S says baby girl.
Yo, damn.
The things some people will do for fame. It's a herb, it's a lame, it's a goddamn shame.
Damn shame.
Villain willing when the cold streets call. You could keep your hero and hold the meatballs. Worthy title locket with pockets on empty. He worked harder than a steam engine like John Henry.
Damn.
Turned dirt to dollars like Don Henley. Ugly and still get hollers like Ron Jeremy. At least monetarily, terribly. MCs need therapy. It's like a fairy spree. Hit him with a kryptonite brick. Children come and prick his dead body with a stick. Wrote this lyrics in a bed with a chick. She had the tightest grip around the head of Ma. You know where he's going. Yo, this joint, like, I swear, like, how much money you got? Ain't nothing but $4 on me. Damn, this is all the in between. When he says, my partner, why don't you come out here, man? Man, what the hell? Bick. Now, can I get my pen back? Got no enemies, got no friends, black. With the Green Goblin, got the Bat Cave robbed. Busting Batman, head bobbing, slobbing Robin's knob.
Yo,
y'all already got your belts on the floor, so kick them shits over here and click off the porno. Alfred come home and found them both naked, handcuffed to each other, just as he had suspected. Red and chrome Batmobile willing and dealing. Aquaman sleeping with the fish for real for squealing. Psst, the Lolo on a sealskin blazer is just a little glaze from a razor thin laser. Amazed at all these so-called wannabe players showing off they tit balls to all the free gayers. It's like a leotard fest. How it got started as any retard's guess. Regardless, it's their choice. No hate to bait. Become a problem when he tried an attempt to go straight and raise the monster rate in the whole population. It started to affect the super pimpian occupation. Now, who's the hater? Headline of newspaper. Fate of a fake you out Cape Crusader. Tied to the tracks, make a damn tram derail. Rappers like a spam Nigerian email.
Yo, that was before Nigerian emails was a thing, dogs.
No. This is from the Nigerian email era. Because remember, Born Like This came out like almost 2010-ish, a little later.
Yeah.
Yeah. The man with no beard is more weirder than a she-male. Sucker got bagged on a Temazepam street sale. told on one of ours, set it up, yeah, doubt. Did it like your dirty drawers. Wet them up and air them out. Again, I took that song as like also, besides him saying that DC Comics was Mr. Furley style, Mr. Furley's hand, he was just shitting all on DC Comics, but also I took it as like a shot for like, this was like the 2010s era. Lil Wayne, Birdman, that whole era type That's what that joint was screaming at to me when I heard it.
You couldn't come out with that song today.
Not at all.
Hell no. Hell no. Might have times changed.
Neruvian, but the Neruvian Doom album, a lot of people raved on this because we was looking forward to the kid Bishop Nehru, and to get the opportunity to work with Doom it's like nothing else. I would say
It's like working with Dilla.
I would. This album was very good, but for this list, I would put it at a C. I don't know where y'all would see it. I would say though, again, rest easy to do. I would have loved to see Doom and Tyler really get in the studio.
Tyler the Creator?
Absolutely.
That'd have been nuts.
Yeah. And
But
yeah. Tyler Creator was a big fan too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. But Neruvian Doom, I say C. What say y'all?
I concur.
Agreed.
JJ Doom. Hello, Governor.
This was a good album.
This was, I think, when he got extradited back to the UK. This album. Because if you don't know the story, he's been living over here in the US, particularly grew up in Long Island, and was never a citizen. His mother never did the paperwork for him to become a citizen. So he was ducking and dodging until something happened and finally caught up with him, and they sent him back to his home country of England. Yes, Daniel Dumoulin is from the UK, y'all. If y'all didn't know that, but there's a little known fact about that. But yeah, the JJ Doom album, like, where do you see it?
I'll be honest with you, it's not up there with Food and Born Like This. But it's I still like I guess I have to put it where at B, because Hey Governor was my shit, but yeah, I just can't I can't have it on the Born Like This and Food level. So yeah, it's gonna be I have to say B.
What do you say, TJ, and the lawnmower or the plane or whatever that was? I think this is the album also.
Yeah, I was gonna put it at B because you could put it up there with King Ghidorah. It's worthy of that.
Wait,
all right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So y'all, this is insane to me because it's like it's what 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is he all at 9? What 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
10 albums. 10 albums.
Y'all at 10 albums and y'all struggling to give album C's on this dude. Like I gotta really do some homework because
no, Tyrone,
this dude is quality, bro. This is
I'm
quality
saying,
hip hop.
I've never heard a bad song enough, but I've never got into it. But for y'all to be on 10 albums and y'all struggled to put those two at C, like struggled to do it. That's insane,
no, Tyrone. I'm a super fan, you could say, but I wouldn't blow smoke up your ass if something was whack. Is whack. And the problem is he never put out anything whack. Like
that's my point. I know you guys are straight. I know you guys are not like smoke blowers and none of that. I know you guys know hip hop. So for me, it's like I know for a fact that if you guys are struggling to put him at a C, like it ain't no bullshit. See me, I'm an Eminem fan, and he's got at least 2 S albums. Like, this is crazy.
Because I was gonna say like
go ahead.
No, my bad. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that an S album is very few people in the rap game that get S albums. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Tribe, Wu-Tang, Outkast, maybe. Well, no, let me not say maybe. Outkast, those guys get S albums. There are very few people in that community that we could say, yo, this shit's a fucking classic. No matter what time you can play it, the whole thing through. So yeah, and he has 2 up there. So
and that's just according to us. And like Tyrone said, like both of those albums could easily be B's. This is just the sake of filling out the list. There ain't no D pause. There ain't no D albums. That you're not gonna see nothing fall into the D. Any pause.
Nah.
Anybody listening. But like I said, like the struggle, Tyrone, like the struggle. You want to see a real struggle against me? Imagine if I put this up with Master Ace albums.
Oh, you'd be here. This would be a 4-hour show.
With Master Ace albums, number one, there's not even a C. There's not even a C. Maybe sitting on Chrome would be close to it. Maybe.
No,
Once you get into
you get your head taken off of that, bro, because people.
I said maybe, but
That's
once you get to the current day shit, like I said, like
the Brooklyn season, album,
the Fallen season, like that. This Disposable Arts, the Fallen season, Son of Yvonne, which is a Ace and Doom album, that's not on here. Because what he did was he went to the Special Herbs and used all the Doom beats on there.
Yeah.
On the Son of Yvonne album. But like those are S and A's easily. Especially I'm putting, and like I said, I put the Fallen season at an S tier because shouts out to my former coach, Coach Riley, is on the album because he coached him in high school. I got coached by Coach Riley when I played for the job team.
That's what's up.
And Ace is an Eagles fan too. But we're moving on. All right. The first Czarface and Doom album. TJ, you recently seen Czarface.
Yo, I'm such a huge fan of these dudes. And Doom is all over the album, but it's just not enough for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you still got two heavyweights with 7L and Deck on there. And it should be like Czarface with featuring MF Doom instead of a Czarface Doom album. I get it. But that can almost be a B tier in itself because that album is fire.
Yeah.
From front to back.
I'm honestly though, we could just get it done. Like I honestly would put both of them at B.
Yeah.
Both of them.
I'm not gonna be
like you said, it's just not enough Doom.
Right.
Yeah.
They're fire. They're fire albums, but not enough Doom.
You're right. Not enough Doom. It's just enough Doom for him to be on there. And I know they did that out of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of who he is. But those two albums are phenomenal to me. And I mean, Dan, I was so happy to go see them dudes live. It was just that was a bucket list for me. I just had to go see them. So
you saw Doom and Deck live?
I saw Czarface live while you were on vacation, actually. And it was about it was about a month ago now. And that show was phenomenal. Phenomenal. They did all their hits plus joints on other albums. Them dudes got like 8 or 9 albums alone themselves, and they don't get enough pub for what they put out. I can go back and forth with the whole Czarface catalog right now, and they put out almost all their shit is A tier. That's how dope they are.
True indeed. But here it is. This is the Star 5's Doom tier list. Tyrone screenshot. Hopefully you was writing them all down, or just play the episode back and get everything. You could pick an order. You could kind of do Star Wars like viewing and
do the original trilogy.
Start from the middle and start with the Mad Villainy album.
I got decent drives to work and home. I'm going to Gibbsboro, New Jersey, so I got a decent little ride to work and home. So I'm gonna get all my homework done.
Nice.
That's gonna be Doom is my playlist for the week now. So
yeah. Yeah.
Because again, and they're gonna take more than one listen. Because first is gonna be the beats, then it's gonna be the lyrics, and the lyrics is like again, it's oh shit, I caught it this first time. Then it's like oh shit, I caught something else. This just like reading the lyrics of two of my favorite songs today. Like I knew them front to back. I almost probably could have did it off the top of my head without reading it. I just wanted the accuracy. But the reading it helped deliver how some of these shits hit. And they hit me by way of all the laughs. Because you might not have looked at it in listened to it in song. You might not have looked at it the same way, hearing it like read out the way, even though I was, dyslexic reading in a little bit, but but you might not have got it all without like it's almost like one of them joints that's like he's like one of them artists that like sit with somebody that knows him and listens, and then you'd be like you do in a movie, like, yo, what was that about? What was that about? And like I could break it down all the way, like in multiple angles type shit. Like that's the type of level of listening that Doom provides, in my opinion.
Dan, it's like when we used to ride down to Philly for the cigar fest and we start playing it, and then we just going back. We spent a half hour, 45 minutes in conversation about one song. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And that Mad Villainy album is Madlib's. Some may consider that his magnum opus. Like that was his best album. You know what I'm saying? And so we're not even talking about Doom, the Doom part. You know what I'm saying? That Mad Villainy album is a classic album.
It is, but
It
that's a challenge. Well, actually, I was gonna say that's a challenge for another day because a lot of his beat albums are just Mad. To me, Madlib is the best beat maker alive right now. But it's to me. That's how high in regard I keep him. But Freddie Gibbs might have an argument about that because him and Madlib's work has been.
Ooh.
I'm an Alchemist fan myself. I mean, that's a show in itself because I could argue and say Alchemist is that guy right now.
Oh yeah. We could argue it all day, but I just held Doom. I mean, Madlib and Dilla at like such a high pedestal. Like nobody's better than Dilla.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Right. Yeah.
Your favorite beat makers today are still trying to figure out how did Dilla do some of the shit that he did and making most of these beats in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's just that's some genius level shit. Yeah, right there. That's all it is. That's all it
you know what I'm saying? But like I held Madlib in that same regard. But then, it's man, we could be here all fucking day, night, whatever, talking about.
Real quick
shit.
before we go, Dan, because I did want to speak on this. Did you read the article I sent you for the Joel Embiid situation?
Oh yeah, that shit. I feel him. You know what? I feel him because when you think so for anybody listening, what it was Joel Embiid got mad at a reporter for asking him questions about his deceased brother and his son. And the way I read it, TJ, it read like how, yo, keep my mother's name out your mouth type shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like on some real straight Negro shit. Like, yo, keep a name out of the mouth, right? So my point of view was like, you know what? I fuck with you. I fuck with it, Joel Embiid, because when you go to like a network like an ESPN, right? And you'll hear it on First Take and all that time. They cape for a reporter no matter what, just because they're doing their job. Mm-mm. But at what point, hold on, Tyrone, but at what point does a reporter think, you know what, maybe that's not the thing to bring up to this person? Go ahead, Tyrone.
Here's why I don't fuck with it, because here's my thing. Embiid, your people, everybody's got to be, you're supposed to be protecting these athletes, and these athletes are supposed to protect themselves from situations. This dude shouldn't have been in the locker room talking to Embiid, because the actual statements that he made about the guy's brother and his son was in an article that was published before that interview. He published an article before that about Embiid's injury, and he mentioned their brother and the son in that article. So the matter is, you knew this dude said something that Embiid wasn't going to take kindly to. Why the fuck y'all let this man in the locker room? Why y'all let this man get close to him? So I feel like
somebody dropped the ball.
Yeah, so I feel like it was a setup, because Embiid already knew this dude had said that. He already was pissed about it. So to let this dude come in and be the guy to get close to him to try to interview him about whatever. It's like, nah, I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with dude because he did that. So this is where I say, like, nobody's protecting these athletes. Like, this dude should have been nowhere near Embiid after he wrote that article. They knew Embiid was going to feel some type of way. So this was all like a setup to where, like, maybe Embiid should have said, hey, man, they brought this dude in here. I know they set me up. Maybe I shouldn't even, like, he should have told some people, like, I don't want him near me. I don't want to talk to him.
He should have been like, he should have just declined all interviews for the day if the dude was in the locker room.
Right.
That would have been the respectful thing to do, or the polite thing to do. But he probably what should have happened. He probably should have pointed him out and be like, "Yo, why is he here?" You know what I'm saying? And because that right there would have shut everything down. You know what I'm saying? It would have embarrassed the hell out of the reporter. You know what I'm saying? He knew he was wrong for bringing up his son and his brother in an article. And now you here trying to talk to me? Nah, fuck out. What are we here to talk? What are we talking about?
Right, but it doesn't excuse from putting hands on him though.
He's human. He's a human being, and I'm not an Embiid fan.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
That part.
I get you. I get you. I get you. I get you.
That's the and that's my point. Is he's a human. That's why I'm like, yeah, you know what? You can't. I say this. I said this to people all the time. You can't dictate how a person is going to react to what you did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You said some foul shit to me. I punched you in the face. You can't be like, oh no. You can't tell me how I chose to react in that situation. And that's how I'm feeling on Embiid. Because to me, the onus is more on the reporter. Now I get it. As a reporter, sometimes you want to ask questions that can be perceived as the tough questions. But you doing your job, you should also remember there's a time and place as the reporter. You know what I'm saying? As the bigger man, if you want to say. Now, yes, Embiid could have also been the bigger man. He is the bigger man, pause. But he could have been the bigger man morally and be like, yeah, nah, I'm not taking no whatever from this guy. And then that would have been a whole other story. Oh, he's being a diva. Oh, he's this. We went through this before with a Barry Bonds.
What gets lost in this is the reason what was said about Embiid, him not being available to play. This is what it all boils down to. And people are like, oh, Embiid said, I did too much for this city. I'm like, bro, you've never came into training camp in shape. Not once in your career. You could have done more to prevent some of these injuries that you had. And you end up playing your way back into shape, which ends up injuring you, and then you're out again. Do you realize you're the only MVP that's never been past the second round? That's insane.
And the non-back-to-back part is a problem too.
Well, here's the other thing. Why, if you've done so much for this city, you loyal to the city, whatever you want to be, whatever. Why lie to the people? Okay, because when this season first started, we heard that it was just rest, it was just load management. My man was fine. You know, they was just.
He came in 20 pounds. He came in 20 pounds lighter, allegedly.
Yeah, he was supposed to be good to go, and then he don't play the first 3 games, and we're talking about how is it load management when the season just started, and then it's all, well, no, he had a little something going on with his knee. No, he got something going on.
Then why play in the Olympics? They should have banned him from playing in the Olympics.
That's what they did to Kawhi. They took Kawhi out of the Olympics and they said, hey man, if you're gonna play in the Olympics and you hurt, we need you to heal up. And Embiid played in the Olympics and now he's here, but it's like it's load management. Is it a knee problem? Is it an injury? What's going on with him? So now it's like we've been getting a bunch of bullshit from this dude. And so it's like nobody don't want to hear nothing, dude. We want to shit.
Again, you know, some of us were former athletes here, right? You can be fine one day, you can be fucked up the next. The difference with this is the paid NBA athlete who you're a person's investment. And it's the why are you not available for my investment, but you were available for your now second country. I get it. I get the optics on that. But a person of his size, like giants of that size, they always go through some type of ailments. Right. Especially when it comes to the lower ligaments, knees, ankles, all of that stuff. They always going through something. So even if he didn't play for the Olympic team And this still could be a thing. But the Olympic situation is just okay. Now we have a thing to place blame on. When this could have still been his body at the start of the season, no Olympics. It's been his body before the Olympics. You get? I mean, this has been his physique before the Olympics.
Okay. So then we got to stop all of this build around Embiid. We got to stop all of this future of the league stuff. We got to stop all this MVP stuff. We got to call it like it is. When Anthony Davis wasn't playing at a high caliber, they was calling my man street clothes, disrespecting him, saying he was soft and all that. It's about time Embiid's got to get some of that too then. Because we calling him the future of the league. We hang our head on the and Embiid's going to be this guy, and he ain't going to be. If at the start of the season this man ain't ready, he ain't going to be that guy. And we got
you might need to be in the right. You might need to be in the right circles because he does get that.
Ty.
I was gonna say they're ready to start saying they're building around Maxey.
And Philly, he's the future. And Philly, Embiid's the man. And Philly, Embiid got robbed out of the MVPs and all of that shit.
But this man has never carried a team. You can't have this status and you can't carry your team.
TJ,
He's always needed. He's played with a former MVP in James Harden. He's had Jimmy Butler. He's had Tobias Harris, ski mask. And Tobias Harris just beat his team, a lowly-ass Detroit team. Tobias Harris gave him 18 and 14 and out-rebounded Drummond and the new dude they got from France that was supposed to be a game changer. Like, it's just too much, man. It's just I see what I mean. When he's right, he's unstoppable, no doubt. But that's in spurts. You only get that 3 months max out of the year. You only get that a couple of games, and then by the time the playoffs roll around, it's always something. It's always something. He's going into the playoffs injured. He gets injured in the first game of the first round or something like that. They were a team that were first in the East, and they got smacked by the Atlanta Hawks. You know what I'm saying? That shit is inexcusable at this point. Like, how many passes do you get, dogs?
Understood, but once again, to me the whole problem is we have a place to point the finger, and they're using the Olympics as the place to point the finger. But again, this man's body, his whole entire NBA career has been this.
But Dan, he's done nothing. He's done nothing to prevent that.
Here's the difference.
He's done nothing to prevent that.
What did I just say about Giants though? Like this shit happens with Giants.
All right, but at least if he put the effort in, I could give him a little benefit of the doubt.
So we're not seeing the effort is the problem. Because we don't know what he's doing.
He religiously came into camp overweight.
Do we know what he's doing in his preseason?
Nothing. He's twerking at concerts. We know what he's doing in the offseason. We see it.
Dude, I went through this in LA. I was a Lakers fan, right? Shaq came in 2003, after they got the three-peat. Shaq got fat, dude. Came in the training camp fat 2 seasons in a row. Kobe called him out on it. Said Shaq ain't in shape. Shaq didn't get himself together. Then they lost that championship to Detroit. The whole season they were talking about how Shaq wasn't ready. Shaq wasn't in shape. Shaq wasn't good enough. Shaq even admitted during them whole 2 off seasons that he didn't put the work in. So, I mean, if you're a big guy and you know you got these problems, you got to put work in, which means Embiid playing in the Olympics. Dude, you needed to take that break. And that's why I said with Kawhi. Kawhi didn't play in the Olympics. The team wanted him, and he knew that he was already injury prone. He took that break to try to get back, try to get himself better. Embiid's not doing
you just contradict. Okay. Well, it was a terrible example because you just said he got to put the work in, but he needed that break.
He got to put the work in. He got to take the break from the Olympics to put the real work in that he needed for the regular season. The Olympics wasn't putting no work in. That was just him playing basketball. He can play basketball at any time. That's not the work you got to put in for the game. You feel what I'm saying? Kawhi took a break from the Olympics.
I see what you're saying. Talking to a guy who when it was game time for me, that was where most of the real work was put in. Practice is supposed to be the conditioning to get yourself ready, that work. Where I felt the game time for me was better than practices. Sometimes some people get ready in games over practices. I know what you're trying to say. I'm just giving another angle.
I'm not talking about the aspect of actually playing. He can play basketball in his sleep. I'm talking about the aspect of, hey, I got this knee situation, I got this leg situation, I got whatever situations he's got going on. I need to take time. Maybe I need to go get massages. Maybe I need to get a cryogenic sleep in bed. Maybe I need to go on a little vacation, take a break, nurse myself back to health and all that, as opposed to playing in the Olympics for playing in the Olympics and fucking it up worse.
And that's why I said when you just said those things right there, that's why I said, do we truly know what that man was doing in his off season? The answer is
nothing.
No,
nothing.
Because none of you niggas was running with him in his off season to know what he did.
Yeah, he was running with me on this fucking chair, Dan. That's what he was doing. He wasn't running. He was running.
He said he wasn't running.
Look, Zion Williamson showed up. Zion Williamson showed up fat. Couple of seasons, was showing up fat. They saying he wasn't putting the work in. And here's the thing. So the reason why LeBron is beating Father Time, because they say all these things that LeBron does during the offseason, all these things that LeBron does to his body, all these things, money that he spends on his body to keep himself in shape, right? Hey, Embiid should give LeBron a call up. Say, hey, man, listen.
So it goes back to what I said earlier at the start of the conversation. So because these things aren't being displayed to us, we don't know. What you're trying to say is, everything, hold on, everything Tyrone has just said is like, yeah, publicize your whole offseason to us so we know what the fuck you're doing.
Don't you think a trainer would have stepped up and said, hey, man, you can't be talking about my man like that. My work ethic, my shit is on the line here. I wouldn't let him do this.
That's what you would hope for. Yeah, you would hope for that.
Yeah, because there was nobody. Nobody was his trainer. Nobody was his workout partner.
That's what we would hope for. Don't mind me. I'm being the devil's advocate in this conversation, though I partially do feel this way. We say that these players or people aren't doing this, aren't doing that. When to me, the way I deduce everything is like, yeah, because we don't see what they're doing on the daily. We're not hearing the stories on the daily. Yes, we've been told for years about LeBron spending $1 million plus on his body. We just heard about Derrick Henry spends $250,000 a year on his body, things like that. Because if you're not being told about these stories, you wouldn't know these stories. We wouldn't, if you didn't know LeBron was spending $1 million a year on his body, would we might be but he stays healthy for an NBA season. You're not going to get these same arguments of, LeBron should have been playing the Olympics.
These guys are not missing games at the rate that Embiid is missing games.
I just said that. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
You would know. Here's the thing. So if I said, Dan, I want to see you in 5 months, you're supposed to be on a diet, and you show up in 5 months fatter than you was, and I say, Dan, what happened, bro? You're supposed to be on a diet. You didn't tell me you was dieting, and you showed up fatter than you was before the diet. And if you were dieting and you got proof that you was dieting, you could say, hey, man, here's my dietary plan, here's what I was eating, here's what I was doing, here's my workout coach, here's everything I did. None of this didn't work.
Tyrone. Okay? So once again, what makes us privileged to all of that? Maybe he was doing that, but that's what I'm saying.
You can stall criticism. Why ain't nobody stalling it then? So Embiid is going to take the criticism and just say, "Oh no, I was doing it, but they don't know."
No, you can tell because he was affected by it. All right, he first he didn't like those comments. All right, he was like, I put too much work in, and people are like, "What work?" All right, what work are you putting in, dogs? Because you've averaged 45 to 60 games your entire career. So don't talk to me about work. All right? And for the amount of times that you've been hurt or played hurt, you don't get no extra merit badge because you played hurt. You get the extra merit badge for putting in the work to avoid getting hurt. Now, if you're doing that and you continue to play hurt, then that's a different conversation. But
that's terrible because many athletes got quote unquote merit badges for playing hurt and surviving through games.
But they put in the
time.
work. They put in the work, Dan. We talking about putting in the work.
No, again,
I think too though. If it's once or twice in your career, then that's one thing. But if it's a 10-year career and every year you're playing hurt, you're like, okay, come on now.
I've never disagreed with any of that because that was one of my statements. Is the man's whole career he's never had a full health. He might have had 1 or 2 seasons where he got close to 80 games, but I don't think he's ever truly had a full 80-game season.
No, zero.
Remember when everybody was calling Ben Simmons trash and saying Ben Simmons couldn't shoot and all that bullshit? Ben Simmons had all of them YouTube and Instagram videos of him in the gym throwing up all them 3-pointers to prove that he was practicing the shooting because he was trying to dispel some of that shit.
And then when the season started, what the fuck happened?
What the fuck happened? He realized he wasn't playing at the Y no more. That's what the fuck happened. He realized he wasn't playing rec league basketball anymore.
At least he tried to like do something to dispel the rumors. At least he tried to show the people that I might not be good at shooting, but I am trying to shoot. Embiid just sits back and does nothing. At least if he was showing us some training, or at least if he had, like TJ said, a trainer come out and say, I've been working with Embiid, or at least if he could say, hey, I was with Elijah Wan the other day doing some shake and bakes or whatever, something. But to say, I'm working out, and then show up out of shape, dude, it's like, no, we don't believe you, bro. We need some evidence now.
You need more people. You need more people. Why isn't nobody stepping up to vouch for this man?
If he ain't doing
it. Again. Like everything y'all said, y'all are agreeing with me without agreeing with me. It's like, why is nobody stepping up for him? Why is nobody out there speaking out for him? Why the fuck do we need? Well, I get it. Y'all want, like you just said with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons tried to dispel rumors, then still come in the league and still shit the bed or not play. And mind you, he did that. He was doing them shits in the offseason and coming into the NBA season still not playing.
Yep.
So what were you showing us that for?
Right.
And that's all my only point behind all of this shit, because I agreed with almost all this shit with Joel Embiid. And like I said, Joel is my favorite player in the league next to fucking LeBron James. But the man can't stay healthy. We know that. He can't stay healthy. And I'm not putting the but you played the Olympics on him. No, the nigga's a giant. And many people of that size always go through some type of problem, health-wise. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, even if he didn't play in the Olympics, he very well could still be in this same state, which he has been his entire fucking career. So I'm saying this is his career of being fucking injured. I've been saying it. All I'm saying is we don't always need to be privy to everything. But if they tell us in an interview, the way that this conversation first started, what the fuck? That was TJ trying to say, I ain't trying to hear your shit no more. So I'll stop. And we're done. And we're done.
Y'all not going to get away with that. Y'all not going to get away with being done right now because we still got to talk about them spankies. Okay?
We talked about it already.
We talked
about it. TJ mentioned it at the beginning of the show. It was over.
Yeah, Knicks are 3-2. The Knicks are 3-2, dogs. That's all we got.
All right, I'll let y'all slide.
You didn't hear me say it? You didn't hear me say it when TJ said he gave the Yankee rundown, and I said, and that's all we need to talk about with them. They lost.
In the words of the famous Jay-Z, it was all good just a week ago.
It was.
We could be talking about the Phillies, but we ain't got enough time, man. We ain't got enough time in the day.
My bad. I hit mute again. Oh, TJ, you muted. My bad. But anyway. Oh no, TJ, you were the last one today.
It's good to be back. Another great show, quite entertaining. Of course, when I come outside and want to talk. Every landscaper in the neighborhood wanted to start working on shit. It was quiet 20 minutes before I got out here. Now everybody's getting their lawn made over. I don't know why. It's fucking winter time. I guess it's leaf blowing season. It's leaf blowing season now.
The last cuts,
So,
some last cuts.
Yeah, but a great show. Love talking to you guys. This was fun, a lot of fun. I can't wait. Next week is going to be very interesting. Next week is going to be very interesting. We'll have a lot to discuss again. So I hope it's a good conversation. But come Wednesday night, when we'll know for sure what type of conversation we going into Sunday with. So
was it 9:00 Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Tuesday,
9 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Great show, man. Glad to be back. Finally. Back like I never left, man. Great show, man. Whenever we talk about Doom, yeah, I love it, man. Whenever we talk about politics, I'm getting there to where it's my strong suit, but yeah, man, I'm still learning. But great show, man. I can't wait till next week. Like TJ said, man, it's gonna be a different show, man. Wu-Tang for president always, though. Tyrone.
Hey man, yeah, I enjoyed the show. I usually don't like getting homework, but this seemed like some homework I'm gonna enjoy it this week. You know what I'm saying? It's like a project, so I'm looking forward to listening to that and expanding my what is it called? Whatever, my hip hop knowledge or whatever you want to call it. But I'm looking forward to that, and I'm gonna just be optimistic and say the next week is gonna be a great show. I'm gonna just put that out there in the atmosphere. I'm gonna manifest it right now. It's gonna be a great show.
Manifest that shit. Manifest that shit, Tyron.
Right. I'm gonna do my part, but that's all I can do. My little part, you know what I'm saying?
We definitely hoping for the best in that situation. But I'm gonna make sure it's a great one next week because we're definitely gonna do a Wu-Tang and or Tribe tier list. Because in celebration again of November 9th.
A Wu-Tang and Tribe tier fest.
I said and or.
No, just pick one. Because two of those we be here all night.
Well, no, because the Tribe one is easy. It's only but 4 or 5 albums. That was
yeah. I mean, all right.
If both. But
yeah, you're talking about Wu-Tang albums as a group. They only had like 4 albums.
Oh yeah.
But Wu-Tang as
Wu-Tang as a group, they got like 7 albums. You missed
Wu-Tang, but Wu-Tang as I'm thinking about it, which might be group albums and all solo projects.
No,
that's a separate show. That's a separate show.
I'm just saying we may have the ability to do that next week, depending on what's going on.
Yeah, we might have to do this every month or every week, man. Come up with a just a show on S albums and putting that in my Rushmore, man.
I've been trying to do something different. And the tier list thing I've been talking about it for weeks. Like I said, coming soon. I want to do NFL. I almost did actually today. A little inside baseball. Almost did an NFL logo. NFL logo list. Current, but what I really want to do is like NFL uniforms list, team by team. I'll get it. A team by team because some teams had some dope shit. Your Giants had some atrocious shit that they started the season with.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Today they wore the classic 80s G helmet, Giants with the Giants word on the helmet. Lost to the Commanders, I'm sure.
And they played real good today. I was almost trying to I mean, I'm just saying they played good today. Daniel Jones looked all right. Looked like an NFL quarterback today.
No, he didn't. He threw for -8 yards in the first half, man. Shut the fuck up.
All right, Dan. Time to wrap this up, Dan.
Yeah, we're done. Peace. See y'all next week.
All right.
The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. 7 the pan. That dude Fizz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot the death, oh yes, these are the sports podcasts live as a pros course. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyzing with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the boys ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season. The people starting five. We going in on three. Run the baseline, starting five. We got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three. Run the baseline, starting five. We got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat speak. I got what you need.